a concept.
Well, no, it's
manipulation.
It's just a simplified version of what the force actually is, right? It's the warping and bending of space-time, but we don't really need to go that far for everyday engineering calculations. So we use the simplified Newtonian 9.8 meters per second downward, force, acceleration force. So that's why we do it that way. But it is a pseudo force because that's not actually what's happening. It's the bending of space-time.
Where did Einstein say space-time was a real thing? Except for like how we're actually seeing it appear to observe, like the space-time fabric warping. Like this was used as a description to describe how they behave, but did he actually say space-time was real? If you're using it as an explanation?
What do you mean by real? Like it is a concept, and we can prove that it's doing what it's doing, but whether it's not tangible, like you can touch it.
I mean, if it's used to explain how gravity works, is it actually real?
What do you mean by real? Like it's a concept, and we think it's real, but all we can do is experiments to show that it looks like it is the case. But yeah, I mean that's as far as we can go. But no, you can't touch space-time.
It's a conceptual fabric of 3D coordinates.
Why would anybody believe it? I mean, just when you hear it, don't you?
Experiments and observations.
Absurd.
No calculations. There's no experiments. There's only calculations.
Exactly.
Let's not dogpile them.
Yeah, it's okay. It's experiments, right? Like the nobody gave Einstein credit until the Eddington experiment, where during a solar eclipse they saw stars were actually warped from their original position, and he actually calculated that.
That's not an experiment. That's literally a celestial observation. Yeah.
No, it literally is. It is literally an experiment because you manipulate the time.
An experiment requires experimentation. It requires the experimenter to manipulate what they presume is the cause of the effect that's naturally occurring. Yeah, looking at the sky and seeing patterns, what's up there somehow, is not an experiment. That's literally called an observation.
No, it's you wait, you do different observations.
That's what it is classified as, an observation.
So let me just finish. I'll respond to you. So the manipulation is when the star is behind a massive object like the sun. So normally we don't see the stars around this. Hold on a second. I'm almost there.
Yeah,
so normally we
anything.
Yes. Normally we see the stars where they are, and then we're going to wait until there's a massive object right next to the path of the stars. And when we do that, we expect the light to be, we expect the light to be shifted.
Here, I want to ask you, Arwen, are you gonna stay for this whole conversation?
Maybe.
Okay, well, some people want to flesh this out. So if you're gonna be short and cut them off, and then we get into a yelling match or whatever, it's not really like what we're trying to do right now.
I found the quote from Einstein. It said, space-time does not claim existence in its own right, but only as a structural quality of the gravitational field. So it's like a structural quality of the gravitational field. It's like how it behaves, kind of like a mathematical construct, but just to describe how it's behaving. But he didn't think it was like a real thing. Now, this doesn't explain why it does what it does. It's explaining how it behaves.
Yep. Yeah, so it's like we said, it's a conceptual model of how our reality behaves, right? So when you say it's real,
based off an observation that you did not interact with, other than waiting, which is not an interaction.
We all interact with gravity. We're in a gravitational field.
It's a huge hole in the firmament, and then the light, it's poking a hole in the firmament like the sun, and then so the starlight is warping around it. You can say other things to explain kind of why, and not that I think that that's what's happening. I'm just saying you can have different explanations of why it looks to be warping or whatever. But space-time fabric, you can't. I wouldn't say like you could use that as a causal explanation of gravity because it's just describing its properties and how it behaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I don't totally disagree with you. Best explanation of what we're seeing. Could there be a better one? Sure.
Yeah, I don't know if they know.
I've got one. They're lights
ahead.
in the sky. They don't have a mass. They cannot be established to have an actual position other than angular in relation to the observer. And that's all the data we have.
How do you know they don't have a mass,
Their
though?
physical bodies is purely based on science fiction speculation that's never been confirmed. Yeah, and when tested, turns out to be wholly incorrect.
But to
Are you
say they don't
specifically
have a
talking
mass
about-
is like also kind of like a positive claim, and it's like, how do you know? You know, so I
Well,
wouldn't
how do you
say
know
like
they do have a
do.
mass? It's like,
Well, I wouldn't say either way. I wouldn't
But
make
they
any
don't.
claims. That's the
so,
safest
so would
bet.
you call
is
that
to-
null? Like we just have we don't have
No data.
any data, no data.
Yeah, like I mean, if
NA.
you want to go off of what we've like actually measured, yeah, I
Are you
guess.
talking about stars?
Well, mathematicians supposedly are able to calculate it somehow, and they tell us how much it weighs, right?
Right,
And then
yeah,
NASA
that's just
just
as
goes with that
bad.
and says that it's that.
Well, that's just as bad. I mean, I'm saying like you want to be internally consistent, right? That's just the only feedback. Because like if you say like they're massless, I mean, I'm like, whoa, like how do you know that? You know, I wouldn't say that. Because you know we never
It's just
measured.
framing. I think it's you guys are saying the same thing. As
Yeah,
of current, we don't have a mass. There's mass. You know, it's not part of the understanding just yet.
Definitely.
Arwen, when you're talking about lights in the sky, are you specifically talking about stars?
No, I'm talking about all of it. All of it that's not blue sky or clouds.
I got some cloud for you. How about the Oort cloud, guys? They think this is a real picture. I'm going to post it in the chat.
Yeah, we
But
should
know
stop
that the
using
sun-
gravity.
We know that the sun is made of matter because we bounced radars off of it. In fact, I showed Tayler 2 or 3 different
Sure
publications.
you do. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, you
You
can
might
do it
be
off the
bouncing
atmosphere
something off
too. Wait,
something,
hold
but it
on.
ain't
Does
no
the
celestial
atmosphere?
body, okay?
Hold on, he addressed
If
me.
you
He addressed
ain't
me.
aiming
he
anything
addressed
at any
Tayler.
celestial body,
Come on,
you're
dude.
not very manipulating anything. You're just sending out a signal and you're getting it back, and you don't know how the fuck it's getting back. You're just having a presupposition as to the reason why it's coming back, but you don't actually test or very manipulate anything in order to establish that what you think is the cause of the signal coming back is actually the cause of the signal coming back. All right?
What about
Okay,
the
but
fact that we
like,
got the
Right.
signal back?
hold on. I never got to respond.
Arwen,
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
she was look. We want your feedback too. She was being directly addressed. You know, that was pretty obvious to everyone else.
Yeah, I feel like kind of insulted, but no, you're good, Arwen. I was just gonna say about the massless. Like, dude, they say the atmosphere bounces it off, and it doesn't have like a mass per se. If it does have a mass, it has a mass that can float in midair. You know, like ions or whatever, like a gas. Like that's people can say you can go straight through it to fly a rocket straight through it, and you can bounce radio waves off of that apparently. So how is that proof of it having a mass?
Because it contains matter. Hydrogen is a gas. Gas is matter.
Makes no sense. Nobody's proving that the lights that we see in the sky are physical bodies. Yeah, through some signal rebounds, because nobody actually tests it. And they've laid down how it could be tested. Very tangibly, very scientific, where you're actually varying and manipulating the thing that you're trying to test, right? Nobody's done it. I've
Well,
laid
they
it down
claim to have done it.
elaborately, an entire show
well-
dedicated to describing exactly what to do and how to make it absolutely foolproof. And it did that like 6 years ago. Nobody's ever responded to it, ever.
Let me respond
They
to that.
claim they've done it, but it was crappy.
About 5 months ago, I want to say. So once every 15 years, one of Saturn's moons called Titan will cross in front of Saturn in a way that we can see the shadow cast on Saturn from Earth using a telescope. About 5 months ago, that 15-year period rolled around, and it was shot on a live stream, and there was a shadow that was cast from a visible moon visible shadow on Saturn that I witnessed, and we have live stream footage of it. If it's not a
that's
shadow, then
really
what is
cool.
it?
Just like the shadows on the moon. It's really
just
impressive.
an image on a
Think
screen.
about a drop of water. That drop, like a bubble
What
in the
is it?
water, can make a shadow, but it doesn't have a
It
mass
doesn't
per se.
prove that it's physically, literally a thing that you're looking at. You're looking at light play and you don't know how that's actually happening. There seem to be patterns that you could mathematically derive from what you're seeing, and that's what a lot of astronomers have actually done with it. There's no tangible evidence of any of it, though.
Yes, I
It
just
just
mentioned
So we
appears,
look at it and we
appears
know.
to be is not proof it is.
So if it's not a shadow, then give a better hypothesis. What is it?
You don't have to replace. You don't need
We're
to
not
like.
allowed to say we don't know.
Of course you can,
Yeah,
but
I've
you need to
never
put forth
answered
a hypothesis. If
I
you're
No, you
willing
wouldn't
to
be
say
can't.
that
so bold
are,
as to make such a stupid claim.
They've debunked. Okay, so they used to think spontaneous generation happens, like where life could just spontaneously generate. But then they showed that was not true whenever they like autoclaved it, and they still have no explanation to like how life arose. But they did debunk spontaneous generation, but they still don't have like a set model or theory that's like reproducible and that they can agree on. So you don't have to replace every theory when you debunk one.
it's sort of one of those things that you look at, you see an orb in a sky and you see where the sun is, and you can see the shadow cast in accordance with what you would expect if it's orbiting bodies that's going around one another. I think Saturn has
I
something like
feel you.
70.
That's true. That is true. I would like. That's why I wouldn't argue necessarily that they're masses. I wouldn't make that claim, but yeah, I'm just to give you the benefit of the doubt. Absolutely, but the things that you've
There's
mentioned,
no
like they're
orbiting
not
patterns
mutually
around the sun.
exclusive. They're
There's
not
no
mutually
orbiting
exclusive. You know
pattern
what I mean?
around the sun. The only orbits of celestial lights are around the Earth. And it's
Well,
been
yeah.
mathematically back engineered to be relayed so that you could think of those orbits taking place around the sun. But
They do have
in
stuff going around
actual
Jupiter though. Like
reality,
you can see it.
nothing actually orbits the sun of any of the other wandering stars we know as
Arwen,
That
planets.
is a very, very
you're
strong
not helping.
claim.
You're not helping, bro.
Can I ask a qualifying? May I ask a quick qualification, no argument. Am
Sure,
I
go on,
am
man.
I am I wrong if I say if something doesn't have weight, it can still have mass, right?
Yes, weight is a relative thing. You have to have two masses to have weight.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Hey Taylor.
Greetings.
I want to say
What's up?
Jupiter has something like 80 moons and Saturn has like 70. Are you saying that they're mistaken like over 150 times, Arwen, just with those two orbiting bodies that have moons going around them?
Oh no, I'm sure there are lights with very interesting shadow plays that are seeming to circle around in some way other lights at a consistent rate that keeps repeating cyclically. I'm sure. It's not proof as anything physical happening though.
This is a weird physical word, aren't we?
Claim it's not physical. Like even if it is physical, that doesn't mean anything.
How would you even be able to text something that is not physical? I mean, we could start there because I actually don't know what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
we need a
Why don't you
definition.
take a look at your screen?
Yeah, optics.
You think that what you're seeing when you're like having a photo on your screen, you think that's physically there?
I think photons are
It looks very physical though, doesn't it? Yeah?
The device is physical.
It's an image.
Mine
It
looks very good.
like something, but what you're actually looking at is just a flat screen that has a
Which is
bunch of
physical.
LEDs just lighting up, making it seem like you're looking at something physical.
You mean three-dimensional, I think is what you mean.
It is physical.
I'm done with my point now. You can respond now. Thanks.
You're just wrong. I mean, I'm looking at a screen. I get what you're going for. You're trying to say something like what you're looking at is a concept is like I don't know.
He's saying three-dimensional.
What you're saying, like create an image, right?
That's his definition.
Why is everybody interrupting each other?
Yeah, there's some lag or something. You guys are talking all over.
From
This is just not working out.
yeah, I'm done for the moment.
Low quality.
Just steel man him, dude. It's all good.
I'm in a bad area.
What was the argument?
I don't know what
Arwen, can you help
anybody
us
said
out?
the last 15 seconds.
Yeah, Arwen, what was the original argument?
If you're looking at a screen, at a photo of something or a drawing or whatever it is, yeah, you're looking at a picture. It represents something. That picture looks probably very real, as real enough that you think you could grab into your screen and it's really there. But guess what? You know it's not really there. You know it's a picture.
So yeah, but the screen is there.
It seems very real, but you know it's not. Yeah,
the screen is there. The screen is there, though, so it is physical. Like the picture, the drawing, it's physically there. You can touch it.
Maybe, maybe that's a good point, but it's not literally the thing that it's representing. It's just a screen that's showing you something that appears to be something.
You mean it appears to be 3-dimensional, but it's 2-dimensional, right, Arwen? That's what you mean?
Yeah, that's a good start. Yes.
Sorry, I had to bulldoze through everybody to clear it up. Obvious what he's saying.
Oh, it should be.
Physical is a terrible word there, Arwen. Terrible, in my opinion. But 3-dimensional. So the sky is 2-dimensional, possibly, and we're just seeing like a screen in the sky, maybe. That's pretty cool.
Potentially, yes. I don't know exactly how it's happening.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
A 3D hologram somehow that is naturally imprinted upon this realm.
I think holograms are physical, but I'm with you.
Is it? I understand and can understand where you're coming from on that, but is that view falsifiable or no?
Potentially, yes. It's going to be very tough, though.
Nothing about this guy.
Yeah, let's get up there with uncut cameras.
Well, that's the question, right? Let's get up there. If you want to prove it's physical, you'd have to get up there too. So, I don't think you can.
So, just to be clear, what you're saying, and I think I understand, you're saying in order to falsify that, you yourself would have to go to one of the stars or a moon or a sun in order to falsify it, correct?
Yeah, or notice that there's a physical barrier that literally prohibits you from attempting to approximate it. Because I don't think there's not even evidence that it could even seemingly be like you're approaching it. There's no angular size change to any of the observations of the celestial light that would suggest that it is in any actual position. The most logical go-to would be the moon, which is supposedly a physical body that's very close by. There's no angular size increase when you approach that either, at all.
There's a lot of people
that smaller the higher up.
There's 200 people that would disagree with you that have been there. So
no, they don't.
I'm sure they would. I've also measured Freemason backgrounds.
Neil Armstrong.
I've also measured a pixel change of 6 pixels in like an 8-hour period when there was a full moon. So there is angular size change to the moon. It's very small, but it's measurable.
So, hey Wes, I sent you a picture. Is that from Voyager?
Okay.
I'm asking you, do you think that's from Voyager?
Did you send it? Is that the orb that you sent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I cut out. Right, on the off chance I didn't cut out. Yeah, that to me, man, that's hilarious that you think that's a real picture. Just in my opinion.
Yeah, but what would you expect a place that we've never been to, quote unquote, look like? Like
I would expect that if we could get pictures, we would be doing it more. But I'll be back. I'll come in 15 minutes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Which photo is it? They send it to you personally?
No, it's up a little bit.
It's in the chat.
Like 10 minutes ago.
I tagged you in the Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Thank you.
It's right above the tag.
All right, cool.
You know what Arwen is saying makes a lot of sense. Is he still here? I guess Arwen left. But what he's trying to explain is like,
just talking about that.
there's like a virtual surface that all the celestial bodies appear to be displayed on. It's just like a trick of our eyes because we don't try to, really try to get a distance from. They are different distances. Our eyes create this effect everything to be the same. But we know that's not what perspective does. Perspective changes the angle to things from their geometric. You guys invoke that doesn't happen in the sky, which is just weird. So yeah, you could treat the sky as a screen because that's what you do in the celestial navigation.
The problem with perspective, though, is it doesn't let anything cross below the vanishing point, which is your eye level, or going down or going up.
You mean the law of perspective?
Yeah, and so that doesn't. Yeah, the law of perspective, right? Doesn't permit a sunset, for example.
No, sinking refraction does. Can you adjust what I said?
I thought you were addressing Arwen's claim, and I wasn't done talking with him, so I wasn't really
You
listening.
want to talk about sunsets? You just can't help yourself.
No, I heard you say perspective, and I thought I'd correct you because you say it often, and you're wrong.
Oh, so there's no such thing as perspective?
Of course there is.
Why are you saying there's no sunsets due to perspective?
Because that's not how perspective works. The sunset goes down, and it does. That's not what perspective does to things. Perspective has things disappear into a distance.
When airplanes
doesn't make things go
they
down.
look like they're going down, but they're flying straight level.
Yeah, because we're on a globe.
Yeah, no. That's not because of perspective. The reason things
If we were
appear
on
to
a
go
flat Earth,
down towards eye
it
level.
would disappear out of our perspective without going down below the horizon like it does.
Yeah, the reason things appear to go down when they're above perspective. Do you agree?
That's what I disagree with. That's why I corrected you about.
All right. So is the sun above? Is the sun above eye?
Is the sun above eye level? It went out.
The sun is above eye level, right?
The sun above eye level. I mean, it's relative to where you're standing.
Because you say that when you move away from that perspective doesn't cause it to, lower towards eye level. You're saying that there is no perspective. Yeah, that's ridiculous. What are you talking about?
That's how perspective works. Train tracks don't disappear going down unless they're going over topography.
You're saying there's
no explanation of the sun setting due to perspective.
Yes, there is.
You're just gonna make me correct you like time and again. Okay, then give me an explanation.
You always go, there's not a for no lens.
The law of
there's not a for no lens in the sky.
Dude.
The law.
Do you need it explained to you? Did you not know that things above eye level lower towards eye level? Things above eye level lower towards eye level. The sun is above eye level. You change distance from it. You say that it's not going to lower towards eye level perspective. You realize that goes against the.
Oh, are you saying that so what you're saying is when the sun sets and it's dark, the sun is still above eye level? Is that what you're going to assert?
All right. So does perspective exist or not?
So you're not going to answer my question?
Yeah, I don't know why he can't address this.
Perspective exists, but it is not related to the sunset. The sun sets due to Earth's curve.
Okay, so why is there no perspective above eye? Hello? All right, good job. Shout out to Arwen, man. He's on to something on the screen.
Shout out, brother.
Shout out to Hope.
Yo, shout out. I just got off the farm. Yeah.
We mean the daily farm or like the fucking
like the farm?
You got your voice back though.
You just got done on the farm or like you're off it for good?
No, I'm gonna go back at 8 a.m. tomorrow, but yeah, just, I'm home now.
Sound better. That's good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Like
I had a lot of ice cream.
I'm stuffy.
Huh?
Quail egg. You sound stuffy. You got some quail eggs?
No, I don't. You want to buy me some?
You got a man to buy you some, don't you?
Well, you're offering. You suggested. So, you know.
No, I asked if you had some for me, girl. I'm just kidding around.
Oh, you know. If you're going to give me a suggestion, feel free to actually provide.
What do y'all have? Do y'all have worm? What are you farming?
Oh, well, everything, honestly. So we do organic practices, and we do everything by hand. So we do potatoes, the Brassicaceae family, the Alyssium, not Lycium, Allium. I memorize that. Allium family, which is like onions and garlic. And then, of course, Brassicaceae family is like cauliflower, broccoli, kale. What else? Kohlrabi. And then we also have pinto beans. We have spinach. We have spring mix. We have romaine, red romaine, green romaine. We have herbs like, thyme, oregano.
Kohlrabi.
Yeah,
That's
this is a
better
long
than
list.
turnips. A little bit better than turnips. I like
Salad
them better than
turnips. We have beets.
You like the kohlrabi?
Kohlrabi. I've never had it before.
Icy Spin is sneaking out the back door. I knew it. I knew he was going to sneak out.
Everybody's leaving. They can't handle a farm talk.
Yeah. Well, we're just in the middle of a big discussion, and
Sorry.
you just.
That's good. This is just proving that they can't argue. This is good.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to butt in. I'm sorry.
That's my fault. That's my fault. I'm sorry, like for real.
Dude, who cares? Oh, look, there's Icy Spin.
You guys go at it again. I'll shut up about the farm, but
Sounds like
you want
me to ping everybody to come back?
Sure. But you can say, "Bitch has stopped talking. Come back and have debate."
No, I don't know what it was like on your end, but just a little tip: when you come in, listen a little bit before you do the hey.
Well, typically, I can read the room, but if it was a really big thing, they could have been like, "Hey, we're having a discussion." That's possible too.
Yeah. So I'll be Icy Spin.
All right, let's do it. Some cosplaying.
Icy, you're not okay. Icy.
All right, you be Icy Spin. I'll be.
You'll be Sun.
I'll be you. I'll be you. I'll be you.
You're Lemon Bird.
Lemon Bird? I could do you. I'll be you.
So why?
All right, so Icy Spin. Why the fuck you think we're spinning, bro? What?
Well, it's because see, why does the sun not get smaller as it moves away?
I have an answer for that.
Is it atmospheric lensing? Ding, ding, ding. No, I don't know.
It is. Well, anytime, look, here's the thing. Anytime that you magnify something, you're cropping out the outer stencil.
Right.
So all the atmosphere is doing is it's cropping out. They say, oh, why is the sun not up like 24 hours a day on a flat Earth? The sun it'd be bright everywhere all the time. Like, no, dude.
Right.
No.
That's where he was going.
First of all, it's a local light source. It'd be smaller. And second of all, there is atmosphere that magnifies the visible apparent size of what you see.
Right.
It's a natural consequence. I don't know why they can't even. They don't have to agree with it, but they can't just deny the idea. It's a real idea.
Right. It's a good idea, and I see where you touched on where Icy tried to go with Elec. Like, oh, so when the sun sets and it's dark outside, but the sun's still up, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, he knows he could steelman the alternative better than So I'm just ready for them to attack it. Like, attack these idea thoughts instead of just acting like they're impossible thoughts.
Well, that was the disagreement I had with Omni earlier. He even still pretends to not understand precisely what we've been saying for 10 years. So it's like, okay, but it sounds like a personal issue, man. You can't get it, and I don't know what else to tell you.
Did I steel man you? Why is it dark at night? Basically, if the sun's still up in the sky, is that?
Man, I'm so. I don't know how long you've been talking, but I had a call and I posted in the chat, and I had to take a call from a client.
You didn't miss nothing.
So at night, so why does the sun go out at night? Did you give an explanation?
Yeah, well, local light, smaller light seems to be what the steel man would be, possibly. I go with also quantum path of light and gravitational effects, refraction. There could be a lot of reasons why the light isn't totally reaching farther, in my opinion.
One thing that I've brought up time and again is the fact that the sun, and someone brought it up about earlier about the sun not changing size, but I'll stand by that. We measure it, and I've actually measured it to the pixel, and wasn't able to detect any size change throughout any 1 day period. The one that I like to show is one that Red's Rhetoric did in Tampa Bay, from 7:30 in the morning to 7:30 at night, 4 years ago, I think it was, and doesn't change size. And it seems that the local sun explanation would need an explanation as to why the sun doesn't change size. And not only that, we don't see any different.
All right.
You know what I think's happening?
The sunspots are all in the same spot.
Wesley.
I think what's happening, guys, is you're using a specific wavelength of light from the solar filter that gets the most normalized size of the sun. That's all they did. They picked a frequency that is the most normalized throughout the day and went with that. Because other than that, we see it diminish and increase in magnitude when it comes and goes, and we feel its heat radiate more and less as more of with its proximity. So it's disingenuous to say that, oh, okay, well, here's a solar filter. No, that's a cherry-picked observation. Solar filter is what specifically gives you the fact that it adds a more normalized size. Other than that, it doesn't exhibit anything that is indicative of something that is not local.
Well, what about the sunspots?
What about
we can only see the same. The sunspots are in the exact. We see the same face of the sun no matter where we are throughout the day.
Okay, you know what? I've got a picture.
How does that work on a local sun?
Yeah, I've got a picture of a guy in a swimming pool. Okay, and no matter where the guy is, it can look like the guy is facing you, just because of the lensing of the medium between you and it. You do realize that after a certain distance, the atmosphere becomes a face. It becomes like a projector screen. So anything that's facing that screen, it's going to face you.
Okay, can you post? You said no matter where you are on Earth, the sunspots are the same. Can you post an observation where they had multiple people take a picture of the sunspots same time on different spots of the Earth? Because I've actually been looking for that.
I see. It's like a mix of all these things. I know, be like, well, it's very radical. It's very radical. But I mean, it does do that. Like the atmosphere would any medium would lens, and as it should be getting a little smaller, going away, the lensing is going to make it get a little bigger. It's like normal.
People claim these observations. I've never actually I'm like, oh, that's super cool. Like, show me the observation. Like, who's done that? Like, I've been looking for that. They say oh, the distances. Okay, well, who's measured these distances? Like, I want to see that data.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, with this whole solar filter thing, why are you picking that wavelength?
Who saw it? What wavelength was picked? What experiment? I want to see the data.
Maybe he's on a phone call again.
Maybe he's going to get it. Maybe he's going to get it.
Well, think about it like this. Let's pretend in fairy world, Narnia, the earth is flat, everything is local, right? And we have he's probably going to come back. Got disconnected again. Now, if we don't have access to these objects, what difference does a solar filter make? Because anybody at that point could claim that the size of the sun is anything. So the only function that using a solar filter would do is to get a particular wavelength and particular result. That's it. That's the only function it would perform.
It's stacking the deck.
Now, when you combine it with the globe story, it supports that story. But if you remove the assertion or the knowing of what the worldview is, the only point of picking the solar filter is of choice to get the result that you're looking for. Because otherwise, it doesn't observe that way. The temperature doesn't observe that way. The radiance of the light doesn't observe that way. We don't experience this motion of things in the sky.
I want to see it
on the earth. So, what do you want to see?
The solar filter.
Okay, that's fair. He's gone though. You'll probably have to come back for that.
Dude.
Briggs, I got the coolest thing happening right now. Totally irrelevant though, but it's so cool.
My goodness. What is it?
Okay.
All right. So fair warning, the gas pump, I pump my full amount of gas and it's leaking perpetually. I get to go all the gas I want.
All right, call your buddies. Start charging.
You said the gas station pump is leaking right now? Dude, I would run if I was you. What the fuck?
Well, now you've told everybody and you can be reported.
I don't know if I'm stealing. I don't think I'm stealing. I don't. It's just
stealing.
Well,
I guess it would be wasted, right?
But I'm emptying the hose. Yeah, this could be mine still.
So Icy Spin got refuted 7 ways to Sunday and he didn't come back.
And Weasley disconnected too, so maybe they DC'd.
Yeah, it looks like angular size of the sun is just a kicked out leg on their table.
Well, I don't hear anybody bring up that argument.
That's a W.
I don't hear anybody bring up that argument that like they're picking a very specific wavelength to get a normalized size of the sun and removing any other expression of the sun. But it's all these other expressions that give us the hint that it is a local source. So all you're doing is excluding everything that is real evidence.
Interesting.
It's very deceptive, and people just don't pick up on it.
That's a cool angle to address that. But I wanted to say to the dude, like, the way that things change angular size over distance, like we observe like things on the surface appearing to not change angular size within like 50 to 100 miles. So, the sun is like much further than I think that it has to change angular size as it moves, and it is in an apparent position, so it's not truly moving as far as what they try to strawman us with it. Yeah, the sun actually does change distance, and it doesn't change angular size, and that goes against the law of perspective, technically.
I know I've seen in geos, there's a couple images. I don't know where they are on my computer right now, but there's certain types of lenses that can create the illusion of things being the same size as well as they're moving away. Different lens setups. And if you agree that depending on your worldview, some people think that there's like multiple layers in the sky. Some people say like 7 domes or something like that. Yeah, there's all kinds of lensing that could be happening. I'm not trying to presume what that is, but I do know that if you have a magnified sun and moon, then the borders of that magnification are removed. So you would get the appearance that things are pretty much the same size, even though they are physically moving in another direction, and moving away from you. But this is just an optical phenomenon.
When I was younger, like before I ever knew any of this information, have you ever played the game Legend of Fairy that hangs out like right next to your shoulder? You know that game?
Legend of Barry.
Legend of Zelda.
Oh, yeah, I've played the first one.
You know how there's like a little fairy that hangs out right next to your shoulder? It's just like a glowing orb that Link has over his shoulder. And when I was younger, I was like compelled by the thought that like that's what the sun is. That the sun is actually like it's like your little beacon. Yeah, it's like a little beacon or something. Because it feels like it's right there sometimes. Sometimes the sun feels like you can reach out and touch it. I don't know.
Is it an actual object in your opinion?
I've considered it being like, not the source. We're not looking at the geometric position of the source of the. It's like being projected onto some kind of prism. I got a video to show you what I think is happening. This guy has like a glass prism, and he like shoots a laser at it, and like as he turns the glass prism, it's like where the appears to be intersecting on the surface of the crystal. It just like changes position and like rotates, very similar to the sun. But like as it's like reflecting the light off of like different angles, it's changing the trajectory of the path of that point of light. I gotta find that video. It's just different surfaces. All right, Bear, we gotta rage bait a different Glober now. Wesley left. I see Spin left.
There's no Globers in here except for me, and I'm unrage baitable.
Are you still a vegetarian, Electric?
Yeah, I'm still dripping the gas, yes.
What are you dripping it into?
The car.
Oh, I thought you had like backup gas tanks laying around. I thought you were like, oh, shit, it's still going.
I bought $10 worth of gas, and it's going. I'm getting all my gas. It's dripping though. I'm in the gas burner car, so I didn't want to get a lot,
It's like impossible to keep this room on topic.
Oscar wants to defend the globe.
Together with the map, which part equals which part left lane?
Yes.
He's not here.
Oh, they're not here?
Yeah, no, they all dipped out a second ago.
Oh, yeah, they knew as soon as you muted me, right?
No, you've
As soon as you unmuted me, I mean, you know what I mean.
You've been unmuted all day, man.
Immediately after you unmuted me, they got the fuck out the room, right? Usually how it goes.
Oh my God.
Immediately after I'm unmuted, like all the motherfucking roaches scatter. All the lion roaches just scatter.
You're funny, man.
You
It
just
is
put
like that
Raid on my name,
sometimes.
Riggs. Just put Democ Raid.
Bug spray.
But yeah, Asko, do you think that the sun is the source of light, or is it like, you know, like, do you believe in the exploding sun theory? That there's just light just constantly emitting from some kind of like immense explosion, implosion?
I would say that it's more likely that it is an actual object in the sky emitting light than it's just some sort of illusion or something.
Not illusion, reflection, or maybe a projection. Like, have you ever considered that?
I mean, yeah, but I don't really understand how that would work. And the reason why I say that is because last time I talked to Witsit, he told me the stuff in the sky is not actual and cannot be actualized, and the earth is not an object and it cannot be objectified. And so when I hear stuff like that, I think, okay, that's ridiculous. And so if you say, okay, it's some sort of projection, it's some sort of, classroom projector at the center of the earth bouncing off the dome or something like that.
Well,
Okay, but how could
okay, I
we
hear
prove
you.
it?
So when I talk about it being a projection, you have to
how do you
consider
dispute that?
you have to consider that what's being projected towards the sky, like when we see the sun, you got to consider that the source is not like typically natural. You know what I mean? Like it could be coming from all directions and it's just like a focal point in some kind of prism. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it could just be like a singing angel radiating light. It could be a bazillion different things.
Yeah, it could. It probably is what you said, the second thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job. Hey, way to go, Oscar.
Have you seen footage of the sun up close, Osco? Got this like undulating, like almost like a wet look to it. Like weird flames shooting off the side.
I don't think so. Not that I recall, no.
Oh, bro, go watch. Let me tell you. I think Crow 777 has the most profound footage of the sun, like up close. And then you tell me if that looks like something that ain't like made by God or whatever.
How is he taking pictures of the sun up close from Earth?
Yeah, I guess he's got some kind of like, I don't know, maybe $50,000 setup or something. Some like extremely exotic like setup.
You just mean like some zoomed in image? Is that what you mean by up close?
Well, I don't know exactly what he's doing. I'm not in that market, but he's doing something other people are just not doing, and it looks phenomenal.
I haven't heard that name in a long time. I used to be into Crow 777. Is he still making content?
Yeah, let me look up his YouTube real quick.
I can't really watch anything right now, but I'd definitely queue it up.
I don't have to watch anything right now, man. I'm just trying to produce. He did like a whole conference on the sun recently. I don't know if it was a few months back, 6 months back, within the last year. It was a huge thing he did about the sun.
He's still making content. I got some people that I know that are still, listening to him. I don't know how often, but he's still doing a regular thing. People still subscribe to that second hour thing. He makes you pay for the second hour.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, he's like most of his content is about the sun now.
A buddy was listening to him about the the peptide thing where you can inject it. It's basically like the Ozempic, but like the safe way. I don't know if I'm even putting that right. And he also did a thing on like a thing that helps Parkinson's. A buddy that does my labels, he made it for his I think his best friend's dad, and his dad stopped shaking. So his dad's not shaking anymore. After he went through this I don't even know what it is, but you heard it on Crow.
Yo, Taylor.
What's up?
Remember how hard the Glober spiraled last night about your paper?
Oh my God. That lasted forever. I was super mad that I was accused of all these things I didn't do. That's not cool. One thing I hate is like people blatantly like asserting lies about other people that they have obviously no clue what they're talking about. And the general audience might actually believe them. And that should be reprimanded. Generally, like lying about someone, claiming, oh, you did this, you got this source from YouTube, whatever it may be. You're just like falsely like saying these things like about another person, like that should be heavily reprimanded.
It's also a genetic fallacy.
This isn't a part of the Navy. They have no clue. They didn't even like look into it. They just blatantly assert that, like, and they say it with such confidence. That's the baffling thing, and they're wrong.
Robert says that about everybody, though. Like, if you knew who Robert was, no one's listening for his opinion on anything.
It doesn't. You know what I mean? People don't know who Robert is when they're listening.
Exactly.
The average anybody that's listening to the conversation, they have no clue. He should be reprimanded.
He was sitting there like, do you want me to answer your question? Like, dude, she asked you the question like 1,000 times. He's like, all right, do you want me to answer?
Everyone who's listening knows who everyone else is.
Most of the time Robert's in here, he's muted. Like, he's just comes in here to, I mean, sometimes he can be fun. I have really good convos with him, actually. I even have good convos with NASA. But you see how they are in like regular discussion, right? And in regular discussion, I just end up muting him, to be honest.
It was Omnivore too. It wasn't just him.
Oh, okay. Was he there last night? Or
yeah, he was also claiming stuff that wasn't true. Saying the same
What's crazy
things.
is if I pull up the recording, like in the beginning, Taylor's asking him a question, and then 30 minutes later, like, you know, he was like dead silent, like not answering while she's asking. And then 30 minutes later, while he's still making the false accusations, he's asked the question again, and he goes, do you want me to answer? Like, he asked if he wants. Like,
forever.
That was so stupid. Like, how do you think that there's a different answer that could be said at this moment?
Shut up. He thinks that means like shut up so he could say something when he could have just said the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it lasted for 10 minutes just to get him to answer. It felt like it. It was at least like 5.
Yeah, those are good spirals. That was a good spiral. I commend you for your ability to make Glober spiral.
The silence was deafening. I definitely wanted to see if it would happen, and it happened like twice. And longer the second time.
Good.
Got him.
Maybe he won't blatantly assert lies about other people. Maybe it'll.
New Perspective just put on his channel too, so that's going in.
That's cool.
Full 3 hours.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, I bookmarked that paper.
I came across that doing research on refraction, and they're like, "Oh, you just heard this from some TikToker or whatever." They were both making claims like that. Oh yeah, Omnivore said, "Oh, I got this from Quantum Eraser." He always like says I do that. I don't even listen to that dude. I don't think that dude likes me. He's like, "Oh, you get this argument from Quantum Eraser." I'm like, dude, I don't listen to. How many times I need to tell you this? And then, like, dude, and it got even worse because one other day he was doing the same thing by saying, "Oh, like, who do you think runs the world?" He was asking me. He was trying to get me to say, like, Jews, and he was like, "Oh, everybody you're around thinks this way," and he was like trying to put this particular view on me, and I'm like, dude, you're doing a bandwagon fallacy. And he went on forever calling me a liar, just because I didn't know what answer he wanted me to say, and like just trying to put everybody in one.
This is the same Robert guy.
This was Omnivore.
Omnivore. Okay, yeah. Well, I have problems with Omnivore. Shit, I had one today. absolute, just total blatant ignorance. But yeah, Robert, you just don't take Robert seriously. Honestly, he's actually all right. He just talks too much, and when he talks too much, we mute him. That's pretty much it. He doesn't really bring. I know he doesn't bring anything. That's the thing. Like, I can't even feel bad about it because, like, he doesn't know shit about all this.
Well, then don't. It's like the Dunning-Kruger where people think they know the most, actually know the least. Like, and these are the boldest people too.
Yeah, that's why he gets muted so much. You know, just is what it is.
Well, I think it's necessary that if he comes back in, that we address this. You know, I think holding people's feet to the fire is how they really.
I do too, but not everybody agrees, and I get it. It's it could be tedious, and annoying, but I agree with that principle. It should be recommended.
Wait, address what?
Well, we'd be here all day. If that were true, we'd be here all day forever.
Rob will continue to lie.
Maybe he'll dissuade other people
like
from doing the same thing.
Time to reset. Sorry, Taylor, but yeah, he will reset and act like he was correct. And yeah, if he's going to drag it out, we should too.
Do you guys just start figuring out that people lie on the internet? Like,
I know, like
an onslaught of lies.
It doesn't mean you shouldn't reprimand it.
What do you mean reprimand it?
You shouldn't call it out.
Yeah, let's get him to tell the truth, man. Like when he comes back,
like, if you show him, okay?
We're gonna ask him again.
Oscar, you think lying is okay? We should do it more often then?
No, but I'm not.
Or just not? Should we not call it out?
So we should call it out when we see it.
And we do.
I agree.
Yeah, and then if you just want to call it out every time you see what you perceive someone to be lying, then all this is going to be is a nonstop. You're lying. No, you're lying.
No, I proved him wrong. I gave him evidence. I even said, if I show you the evidence, would you retract your statement? And he said no. It's all recorded. I said, how could you then assert something you know is a lie? And it kind of went silent. It's just crazy, dude.
Yeah, people lie all the time, mostly to themselves.
Yeah, dude, you're on your Will Duffy vibes. You're like, yo, it's okay to lie.
The only way to do something
People
is by
lie all
calling
the
it out.
time.
Exposing things, bringing them to the light is how you change things. Like the Bible even says to do that. It says to expose wickedness because when you expose it, it becomes a light and can be useful and good for other people to see. Maybe if I heard that, I would be less likely to start blatantly asserting things about other people. So I'm like, okay, this dude got called out on his stuff. I'm not just going to be over here spouting nonsense. But that's just me personally. Not that I would ever do that, but just generally, you can see the thought process, right? That's why people are scared of silence.
You do realize that, when you're giving him all that attention, you're validating his authority?
Oh, no.
He doesn't deserve 3 hours of focus. Ever.
Does Epstein deserve it with his disgustingness?
We don't control the media. We don't control the media.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, even though things are shameful or not good behavior, that doesn't mean just push it under the rug.
No, I mean, at no point was it pushed under the rug. It was addressed. It was brought forth, etc. It was discussed. But then, to demand him to be not a shitty person.
No, I'm not doing that.
In his private space, I can't do that with people,
I'm not doing that, but yeah, other people can at least see it and say, maybe we should think twice before lying about somebody or making a claim like this.
Well, we'll know if he really did a no-no if he doesn't come back, because these people get suspended when they Freudian slip how disingenuous they are. They just go missing. Yeah, they get suspended. Right now, Josh Ingersoll.
I wouldn't be back
suspended right now.
Oh, what happened to Josh? How'd he slip, Elec? This is funny. I'm not hating on you. I'm interested, seriously.
Well, what did he do? If you give me the foundation of my theory, there's agents and they come in, and when they mess up,
Josh.
All right, never mind.
I didn't know. Okay, well, was there a quick slip that am I allowed to ask that, Riggs, or is that?
I think
Rob being
people's personal issues about that.
I just meant the argument. Did he make an Earth argument that was bad, or a star argument, or something, or?
His famous star argument.
How about this? I'll just make the general statement that people are just getting a little too snoopy in other people's personal situations. and it's not appreciated.
I feel that. I just meant publicly. Like Alex painting a cool theory here that there's agents, and then they got to go on rotation or they got to go on timeout if they slip up. I mean, that's an open theory. That's okay. And if something happens,
Josh Ingersoll is on timeout. Exactly. Because he said something about VLEO that actually refutes the ball theory. And he knows what he did, and then he had to walk back his statement. He said, I never said that. I clipped it. I quoted him saying he never said that, and I quoted him saying. So, we haven't seen him since then.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
He was in EA like yesterday or the day before yesterday.
He was in EA the other day? How long ago was that?
Within the last 2 or 3 days.
Oh, yeah. After I'm not allowed in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I found 3 days.
So convenient. Yeah, there's certain things that these guys say that they get in trouble for. But yeah, I bookmarked this paper. I'm going to wave this around in people's faces from now on. I got another paper that I need to finish reading. It's like 60 pages and it's written by Ukrainians, so it's like broken English. But once I complete reading this paper, I got a whole freaking argument about quasars that, it's going to be kind of wild. It's going to be wild.
Oh,
I'm going to post this paper. Dude, this paper is crazy. It's saying that the distribution, like the distance, the apparent distance that these quasars appear to be from the Earth, that it's as if they're in a circle around the North Pole.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they got them. I've seen recent articles of quasars timing being off, not doing what they expected, stuff like this. It's interesting stuff. There's one about the periodic. Michio Kaku talked about was it Neil deGrasse or Kaku? But he talked about the one star is dimming like 20% periodically. And they can't explain that. It's some crazy stuff up in the heavens, man. A ring around the North Pole. I haven't heard this one.
Well, yeah, I'm not wording it perfectly, but this paper is saying that, quasars indicate that we're in the center of all of them.
Right.
Yep. Just like the Copernican principle, man. Like what we observe happening to these supposed rotating galaxies, the same thing is happening to quasars. The distribution of the quasars through the apparent 3D space, it's like homogeneous to the North and South Pole. Like they're all distributed in accordance to Earth. So, whatever you want to do with that information, to me it means that, heliocentric models in the garbage can.
Yeah, I like the preferred space, preferred location. That's the term they use, right? Preferred location. I'm with all that. I prefer this location too. The horrors, I'm sorry, of a unique position. Is that the one? Horrors of a unique position.
That is a good idea. Because are they supposed to change when you fly straight up in elevation?
I think you could prove that stars are clearly not visible from space because nobody can agree on what the hell they saw because they've never been there. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, if people really go to places, like, they will tell you, like, in detail what went on, They're not coming back and, like, one guy's saying, like, it was the deepest blackest black of blackety black. And then the other guy's like, oh, yeah, we saw this and that. And then you got Don Pettit and his other freaking one of the Three Stooges and talking about zodiacal lights and planets and Milky Ways and zodiacal lights. Dude, there wouldn't be like this big
disagreement. You know, it'd be like, you see this from this, period. That's that. You know, you see them or you don't.
Well, don't they get confused? Like if they're still and they're talking about like far away space, like the moon, versus like maybe still hanging out in like less than 1% of the Earth's atmosphere, where that would give an excuse to claim something different. I think they try little tricks like that. I'm not sure why they do that bullshit willfully.
So did star angles change when you go just purely up and altitude?
Apparently, the sun angle does. They say that like somebody at a higher story building will see the sunset at a later time than somebody on the bottom.
Right.
So that's an indication. Yeah.
I don't think stars are Taylor. Stars are they'll say like too far away. I think to change the angle from altitude, maybe a little bit. You'll be able to see over the horizon more to new stars.
But they're not too far away to navigate by them, and they're there. You know, like they're trillions of miles away, or billions, or whatever they're. You know, but you can navigate by them. I mean, they're so accurately far away that you can navigate by them.
Why can't you guys just believe in my globe?
Well, isn't that odd? It's like, no, we navigate by like these little lights that come from billions of miles away. Like, doesn't it be like, yeah, I'm not buying it. Like, sorry. Like, just go by your gut feeling.
It's like, yeah, it's like navigating by mountain peaks, right? Like, you wouldn't navigate by a tree, but mountain peaks, because you kind of know where they are and they're consistent from a certain distance. They're more accurate than a tree because they're far enough away that they don't really change that fast. And something even farther away, like a star, would be even more accurate because it doesn't move as much comparison to where you are.
That'd be an interesting drone test, like just to fly it straight. Not that it can go significantly high, but just to fly it straight up and just see like the stars or anything change.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Taylor. And guess what? Not a single glober with the capability has ever cared to try. Think about that. Like none of these guys cared to prove the claim.
Yeah, the other weird thing is like you would think that if it was flat, you could zoom the sun back in, but you actually can't do that. But if you go up
Why
in a
would you
building,
think that?
if you went up in a building, you went higher in a building, you could see the sunset twice. Or if you use a drone, we can actually bring the sun back over the horizon. So not zooming, but by going higher, we can see it.
I wouldn't expect that. I would say that you definitely, I mean, they say like that the sun is elongated and flattened and stuff because the atmosphere. So if you get out of the lowest layers, as y'all say, get higher off the ground, you're gonna have less distortion. And then basically the sunset itself is affected by distortion a lot, even according to them.
Well, a lot of flat earthers say that if it goes too far away for you to be able to see, you're a little bit different. You're saying it's refraction, which is
Well, it's actually it's perspective, because think about a plane flying over you, like how it goes like up and then over your head, then it goes down, kind of like a hallway. Well, everything will converge at eye level, like as it gets further away. That along with, okay, so if it's converging with eye level, I'm having to look through more like atmosphere rather than looking straight up. Kind of like they say with the stars, you look straight up, no refraction. You look along the horizon, there's a lot, it'll be affected. And so, you know, the higher up that you're looking or the higher up that you are, like, you know, messy areas.
no. I mean, you can see stars on the horizon that, well, unless you say the stars are the same distance as the sun, maybe you do say that. It's just hard to tell. But a lot of flat earthers used to say, at least, that the sun goes too far away and so it gets small, not that it sets.
So, but people change their opinion because
amazing.
I mean, you've seen the drone footage. Like even
Yep.
Weiss had that drone footage where it just disappears. Don't tell me it needs a solar filter. Like I don't care about solar filters. Don't care. You know, it just goes far enough out of your view. You're not seeing the light anymore.
Well, Tayler
Why is
doesn't.
that so?
Taylor
Why is
doesn't
that
believe
so
that.
impossible to believe? I
Bear.
don't know.
I know.
It's
Taylor doesn't
It's
believe
gonna be a
that.
combination between that and getting too far away,
Well,
perspective,
the sun
it
doesn't
not
shrink,
being
and
bright enough to just see forever.
I know the
Well,
sun
that
doesn't.
too. Yeah, atmosphere is going to prevent like light from traveling
The sun
forever.
doesn't shrink in size. So if the
It's
sun
multiple
shrunk in
factors
size,
I mentioned.
then it would be interesting. But it doesn't get too far away.
Well, apparently, as it's said, it does shrink in size a lot.
Who does?
The sun.
Who said that?
Think that I measured it.
Oh no, I've sent you this. Icy Spin has it where it doesn't change in size at all.
Well, I've sent you ones where it does.
With the solar filter on?
Yeah.
Okay, please provide that.
Solar filter. F your solar filter.
See, Bear, we have to control for other variables like glare that affect that. That's why you can't say that. But I understand why you do.
I'm so glad I have her muted.
Yeah, not liking people, man, I think that's something if we transcend it, like if we learn how to like tell people, hey, I would like it better if you do this, and then we complete those goals and compromises, that would be amazing. I know sometimes when you're having a conversation with somebody, it can be frustrating when the respect isn't there and they're not letting you in. Sometimes you can't hear yourself talk, or you're trying to talk to other people and there's people interrupting. You got to like turn people down to have comfortability. But if you're just like having people turn, like you just don't want to hear people in general, that's like a mental health red flag in my opinion, man. Like man up. Like you don't need to not hear people.
But yeah, I've also seen the observations of the sun changing angular with a solar filter. Somebody counted the pixels, calculated the angular size depending on their latitude and longitude. It did not comport with the globe calculation. He showed that it does change angular size and attitude.
Yeah.
He said that it's, yeah. If
The
Taylor saw
number,
the same thing I did, I could find that again.
I believe
haven't
you.
seen that video in a few years.
Yeah, please.
I want you to believe me on this.
Yeah.
I want to testify. The number one thing I've ever seen scrubbed off of YouTube, it happened 3 times, where you watch a video and you go back and the whole channel's gone. This happened to me 3 times between like 6 and 10 years ago when this topic came up. There used to be videos of look very natural, mountain skyline, whatever. It was usually mountain, and the sun would set above the mountain, right? It would get real tight, and it would go, and it'd still be over the horizon, and the sun would set. Those type videos, I've seen the channel deleted 3 times off of YouTube.
Yeah, the videos of the sun disappearing before it crosses the horizon. Yeah, I saw this. I've seen the same thing. A lot of those go missing. Yeah, removed due to, whatever they say.
Yep. This channel is no longer available.
Yeah, there's a specific documentary that, showed a whole bunch of examples of this that I've had to like chase down, because it just gets deleted every time I find it. Yeah, dude, it's just, why can't you just show us? You have all capabilities of photography, going to higher altitudes. Just show us what happens to the stars, please. It's been like 70 years, man. It's kind of ridiculous.
The reason is because when we show photographs of the Earth, you just say it's fake. That's the problem.
How do you even make an excuse for this right now? Like, what are you thinking, Wesley?
Well, right. You don't even believe photos that we do have, and you're asking for more photos.
The only ones they claim are unaltered are ones that was like on a Polaroid that we can't even like verify.
What do you mean verify?
Like read the information.
You can actually go look at the film negatives in Houston if you wanted to. So
Why can't they digitally post unaltered pictures of the Earth?
They do.
Hey, Wes.
Where?
On NASA.
Yeah.
Well, they're digital photos that aren't on a Polaroid film. They all claim to
from the
edit them.
1960s and 70s. 1960s and 70s had to have been done on film. You realize that, right?
Then why does Earthrise always have a distortion box? Yeah.
Sorry, two people.
Give us the raw photo of the Earthrise without the crop box around the Earth. Since you have it, right? Since they have old non-digital stuff, give us that. Hey, Wes, have you seen the drop from NASA and the Artemis 2 videos?
The drop?
Well, when they kind of dumped them a couple weeks ago, they put there's a bunch of categories, man. Have you not went to the Artemis website?
Photos, yes.
Have you went to the NASA page, Artemis page, video archive page, and seen the library, the different categories, right?
Yep.
And that doesn't seem like propaganda to you? Aren't you wondering where the other videos are? Why would they only give like the propaganda videos? Like, where's just the raw videos of them just doing nothing for hours and hours in the capsule? Like, why are they giving us selective clips? Like, why don't they just go, here's the files, here's all the camera footage?
Because it's the government. What do you mean?
Oh, so they want to give us, they're cool with giving us propaganda stuff. They're supposed to be giving the normal public, everything, but they're cool with giving propaganda snippets, but not raw. Other mundane doesn't mean it. Why would they hide that? Why?
They did all that for the Apollo missions, but you still say nuh-uh.
No, they didn't. No, they did not.
Yes, they did. You are
such a liar.
They claim they recorded over the original.
How many hours? No, you are such a liar, Wesley. How many hours was the trip to the moon and back? And you show me that many hours of them inside the LEM or the whatever it was, the orbiter, the return back. Oh, they didn't record the whole thing. So now they did a thing that they didn't do. You see how I just said they didn't have that? Now you agree with me? Yeah, sit the fuck down.
They have all the raw
footage. Sit the fuck down. You talk out of both sides of your mouth, bro.
What are you talking about?
I just heard that double speak, bro.
They didn't video inside the LEM for the whole time.
So you said they have. I said, where's the 200 hours of them? You said with Artemis. You said they did it with Apollo. And they said, oh well, they didn't.
I'm talking.
So you're not even understanding what I'm asking for. You don't even want what I'm asking for.
You know the
either you're not a normal person, or you're too trusting, or you're a shill.
Don, you don't know the difference between Apollo and Artemis, then, because I clearly said Apollo.
And then you said it wasn't there. I know what you said. You're not following.
I didn't say it wasn't there. I said everything from all the raw footage from the Apollo missions is there.
But I don't want all the raw footage.
First of all,
I want all the continuous footage of them in the capsule on the journey.
They don't even claim they have the whole thing recorded either way, capsule or not.
Wesley, I know. That's what I told you when you first claimed the thing I was asking for was there, because you didn't understand what I was asking for.
From Artemis. You said Artemis.
Wesley, please stop interrupting. Please.
No, you asked me from Artemis.
Wesley, please stop interrupting. You got to listen to the point here. Let me walk you back through it.
Well,
there is 2 hours of footage of Artemis, of the people in the capsule. There's 2 hours on the NASA website. There's 5 minutes here. There's like 20 different 5-minute videos. Okay? There should be 200 hours of footage. Now, I'm saying, why does the government not give us that? You said, because it's the government. I said, well, there should be, we should see the mundane shit. Why are they giving us only the propaganda? Then you said they did it with Apollo, meaning
What I thought you meant, because what I was asking for was all the hours of them in the capsule. So when you said they did it with Apollo, let's walk back so you can agree with me that they didn't do that with Apollo.
They gave you all the raw. They gave you all the raw. Hold on.
Hey,
They gave you all the raw footage.
They didn't. They don't have raw footage from Apollo. They recorded
Yes,
us.
they do. Yes, they do.
And they definitely didn't record in the capsule.
They have all the raw
back,
photographs.
Wesley.
and all
Walk
the
back
raw
with me
film.
now. So
They
you
have all the
agree
raw
with
film.
me, right?
Stop
You
interrupting
agree then,
me.
right?
Stop interrupting.
Don't
Stop
try to make it
interrupting.
sound like you disagree,
Stop
dog. You
interrupting.
agree.
Stop interrupting. They have all the raw photos, a film from Apollo, and they have the footage of what they did take. They didn't record the whole trip. You think that's what they did?
But they also taped over.
You're not
Remember,
kidding.
they lost the raw footage. Like
Wesley, you're not getting it. First of all, I don't care that they didn't do it in Apollo. I know that they did it. They did it in Artemis. Okay, you think that NASA doesn't have a fucking camera on them? Are you serious?
Yes. Did they say they're not going to release it?
Wesley, here's the point, man.
No, answer the question. Answer the question.
That's the point.
Answer the question. Stop
It's
interrupting
whether
me.
they release it or not's the question.
Taylor, relax. So, Don, when they did they say they weren't going to release it?
Did they say? Oh, hold on. Let me Google.
Okay.
Did they
I want
say?
to Google. I want
Well,
to
it's
Google
not
how
released.
Wesley.
And also,
Go ahead.
would you agree to be recorded 24/7 for
Yes.
10 days?
Yes. If I'm an yes.
No, I actually
Don't they have pods though
Hey,
that they can
buddy,
go to
when
that
you
would
go
not just be like the
when
open
you go to your
capsule?
job, security camera at your job, do you say, I don't want to be
Okay,
recorded
but they
for
do
12
have
hours
pods
straight?
and they do have an open section.
Taylor, why do you keep talking over
joke.
Don? Stop doing that.
Shut up. She can talk over me all she
Well,
wants.
I was trying to answer the last thing that you said.
So yes, we do have all the raw photos and film from Apollo and
Artemis. Let's go back to Artemis, where the conversation was.
I know. Okay, I'm going to respond, and I would hope that we eventually get all of it from Artemis.
We do not have all the
So-
raw footage from Apollo, sir. I don't know where
You
got
think
should
it's
that.
already be
okay?
there, Wes.
You think it's okay
Just be there.
you would agree to be filmed taking a crap or peeing?
You're a real piece
or
of work,
taking a
Wesley. You're
shower?
a real piece of work,
Would
man.
you agree to that, Don?
I mean, the
Wes,
whole line of
you're running away from the question, dude. You really are.
I just answered it. I would hope that they
No,
provide
you're not
all of it.
answering. You're not
Yes.
answering the question. The question
Okay,
is,
ask me the question
why-
again, and I'll answer
why-
it directly.
The question is, normal people think it's suspect that we see only propaganda and not organic, raw, in-between stuff.
I disagree
Can
with
you
that
join
statement.
us in being a more skeptical, honest person? That's the
Yes.
real question.
Yes, but normal people don't do that. Only
You know what it is?
only-
You know what happens also, Don? Like these Glover
only-
dudes,
only
these like
people
auto Glover
in this,
guys like Wesley and some of the
only
other
people
guys
in this
like
flat
Wesley
earth
or who are
discussion
similar to Wesley. This is what they
Earth,
do, Don, a lot of the
these are
times.
the only
Is
people that
they
do
will
this,
like
where
in
they have to
hindsight they're
look
going to
at
say,
Hold on,
hey,
no
in
tanks is
hindsight,
talking.
I can
spot.
I can do this.
I'm just
I can
trying to answer his
understand it.
question.
Wesley,
you're talking over no
Tanks can't
tanks,
get in,
dude.
so
What
please
are you
don't do
doing,
that.
Wesley?
He asked me a
What are you doing,
question.
man?
So
Come on,
yes,
dude.
I will
Wow.
join you
Go out,
with the
Wesley.
skepticism.
Don, what they do is
The
Wesley.
Come on, Wesley. You're
shut
not even
up.
adding anything.
Why don't you stop?
The fact
He hasn't talked all
that's not
day.
normal. That's not the
I
normal.
was only
Taylor,
talking, Wesley.
stop interrupting, please. Thank you.
Wesley, will you
Dude,
please
you're
just be
talking
quiet
over
for a
him.
sec? Wesley, please be
Wesley
quiet for a sec.
asked a question.
Wesley, just please be quiet for a sec. Let No Tank say his thing.
No tanks.
Wesley was just asked a question.
No, sorry. So I just wanted to get like they're going to make these he's just going to go on. You know what I mean? He's going to try to rationalize and justify it, and that's understandable. But they're doing it all in hindsight. Like he's going to answer the question like, would you approve of this 10-hour video recording? In hindsight, right? He imagines that safe trip, everything went well, but that's in hindsight. But without having that force, without having that available, they could have blown up. Right? They could have been ran into aliens. They could have, all this whole plethora of different options. And he's in hindsight saying, well, listen, it was a very boring thing. And why would you, why would you want to record this 10-hour boring thing? But that's
Would
hindsight.
you agree no tanks to being filmed while you take?
He does. He goes to work and they have cameras. Everybody does.
In the
You're being weird.
bathrooms? In the bathrooms?
So it doesn't have to be
Okay,
in
he
the
didn't say
bathroom.
the
Answer the
bathrooms.
question.
He said
Answer the question.
in the
No tanks.
capsule.
bathroom. You're being fucking weird. I heard your answer, yes, but it's not normal. That's all you need to say. You didn't need to say 20 sentences.
Answer my question now.
Dude, Wesley, dude, I'm a guy. You think I give a shit if people watch me take a piss? I take a piss in public,
Okay.
like no problem.
Wow,
You think I care?
Can we reel it back? Because not only is it that they're not recording in the capsule, not the bathrooms, right? The capsule. It's like they didn't even record or live stream consecutively the Earth getting smaller and bigger as they go to the moon.
You think the bathrooms are different than the capsule?
None of that. Okay.
Taylor?
And then another thing you said that was wrong was that they released all the footage from
Yes,
Apollo.
she just
That's
ignored the
also
hard
false.
questions.
They don't have continuous. And second of all, they claim to write over the original footage. They lost the original footage. They used
No,
the
they
same
didn't.
tape. Even NASA claims this. Are you aware of that?
They have copy. Yeah, they have copies.
Okay, so it's a copy, so it's not the original raw
So what?
footage.
What's wrong with that?
It's a copy and it doesn't have
What's
continuous
wrong with that?
streaming.
Does that mean that
A lot.
flat?
A lot. A lot.
Taylor,
Fucking best achievement of mankind to get tape over it. You're fucking weird.
wait.
Tape over the copy.
Hang on a second. Taylor, me and you went through this multiple times. When you say
doesn't
that the right over the original images, what they've done, shoot the film in a way, in a format which was not playable. If the best way to explain this. Now, however, the pictures you can get, you can go to the museum and see the photo, the actual negatives. Well, actually, it's not negative, but anyway, let's call it negatives yourself. So when you say they lost the original, no, they haven't lost the originals. What they've lost was the video files, which is not playable in a normal means back in time. No, they
We're
haven't
talking
lost
about
anything.
videos right now. We're talking about videos right now. And which museum
She's been told
can I
this
go
3
to?
times, and she still doesn't get it. She's been told this 3
That's not
times.
true.
But she'll still lie
Okay,
about it.
first of all, we're talking about video footage.
Yeah,
We're not talking
deflect,
about pictures.
deflect.
Second of all, where can I go see the original prints in the Kodak, whatever? No, it's not a Kodak camera. It's some other Polaroid something. Where can I go see those?
In a museum.
Houston.
Now
Which
do you
one?
see why I keep
I've been to the Houston
Houston.
Museum.
Okay,
Well,
did you ask?
Okay, so now I have to go there and ask.
Taylor, did you ask?
Did I ask to see their Polaroid whatever footage?
Yes. Yes.
No, he said I just have to go to the
Okay, so if
museum.
you
So now I
want
have to go to the
that, if you
museum
want to
and
see
ask.
them, if you want to see
I'm
them,
sorry,
you probably
what-
need to ask, right?
Yeah,
If you want to
Hey,
see
I'm
something,
asking
you
him
need
what
to ask.
museum. He didn't say Houston. Did you say Houston? Where can I go? See the Polaroids. Just
if you'd
curious.
have allowed me to speak.
I tried. He started talking over you.
No.
He answered
are-
the question I asked you.
Okay. Last time, this is the third time me and you having this discussion. Other people told you they've seen it with their own eyes. They've been to the museum. Houston Museum. You go there. You ask for it. They will probably give it to you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the actual permissions, because there's a good reason they're keeping them in a safe place, because they don't want it to expose to the sun and other things because they are old. But you can go and ask for it. This is the fourth time I'm telling you this now.
Okay, the fifth time I'm going to tell you that we're not even talking about pictures right now. So I don't know why you're acting like this summer rebuttal. We're
Because you
talking
asked
about
where it
video. You just cut me off. We're talking about video footage,
because
sir.
You're asking where it was. Why are you going to
What
ask
do you mean
again
I'm
where it is?
asking where? Okay, I asked him as a follow-up to his non-relevant. Hold on, you said, yeah, I'm not even done talking. This is his non-relevant contribution to us talking about video footage, sir. Then he brought up, oh, Taylor, we've talked about this multiple times. There's Polaroid pictures. Okay, right now, what Donna's asking for is continuous video footage. That
You're
was his
moving the
request.
goalposts. You're moving the goalposts.
Here's
No,
the
I'm
thing.
not. This is what he asked for. He asked for the footage, the
Can I ask you a
video
question?
footage. Remember, he
When you
said the
say- Yeah, man.
capsule. Why can't we see the capsule?
When you say
Yeah, can we just
uncut
restate Don's
footage.
original claim? 200 hours within the capsule from the Artemis launch.
That was his
No
claim.
That was
need
That's
the
for
about
original
pictures.
footage. No need for bathroom footage. Stop being a straw man here.
Capsule
Can I ask
footage.
you a question? Don, can I ask
They
you a
don't even
question?
have outside the
Even
capsule
if
footage.
even if you have those videos, what does it prove?
Okay, no. We're not moving
committed
that
to the
either.
hoax.
Nope,
That's what it
not doing
proved.
it. Not
It
doing that.
proved
We're staying on
You're right.
topic.
Right. Whatever. You're right.
Okay.
I am on topic.
Staying on topic. Staying on topic. Okay. So
Move the
we can
goalposts,
acknowledge
Taylor. Move them.
Taylor, can you
for
please
any moon
interrupt me?
tripper
Taylor,
mission.
can you please interrupting? Can you please interrupt me?
You just no, you're changing the topic.
No,
All right, I'm moderating.
I have not changed anything.
Yes, you're asking him what would it change if you had this, but no, we're trying to figure out if we even
No,
have it
I
or
have
not
not
right now.
changed anything. Let's say
We need to figure out if we have the footage or not.
Stop interrupting.
No,
You're interrupting, dude. And
Let them
he's
two do
bringing it
it.
off topic. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm letting him know what Don
Taylor,
requested for
you
was
are
capture footage.
interrupting me. You are
You
interrupting
just
me.
interrupted me to say that,
You are,
though.
because you keep doing exactly the same.
Stop,
If you don't
You
like
just
it, don't
interrupted
do
me.
it.
Stop.
If you don't like it, don't do it then.
Okay,
Don't
you
talk.
just interrupted
Talk
me.
about the
Y'all
evidence.
both
Just
have
talk
been
about the
interrupted.
evidence. Talk about the evidence, Hammerize. Take turns with her. If you
Thank
guys,
you.
take turns.
Okay. Does anywhere have continuous footage of any mission? Raw or even non-raw? Is there any continuous footage of any mission whatsoever?
Can you please explain
Hammerize?
when you say, okay? Can you please interrupt? Oh, for fuck's sake! Do you want to interrupt or do you want me to speak? If not, I'll
That
just
wasn't me.
come mute. I know what it
Hammerize.
was.
I said your name. You don't need to say 10 words about me saying your name.
Shut up, please. Honestly, you're not helping.
Can you just answer her question with yes or no, please? Yes or no?
Genuinely, you're not helping.
No, I'm moderating. The moderator is going to focus the point. Yes or no? She has to a yes or no question. Please answer her.
I'm not going to do what you want me to do.
Okay, you
do it my
lose.
way.
Anybody else want to come up to the plate and answer a direct question?
This is not a direct question.
Yeah, I can answer that question.
I cannot answer
I can answer that question. These people are flailing like fish right now out of water because the original question was, do you have evidence of the people sitting in the capsule for 200 hours? Why wouldn't you provide that raw footage and taunt it around because you created an extraordinary feat?
Yes, we do.
And you guys are making excuses saying, well, what about the Apollo?
Hammerize has been being interrupted for like 4 or 5 minutes straight now.
And he's going to continue unless he answers directly.
Okay, just
go ahead,
reminding him the actual point.
Oh, for fuck's sake, do whatever you want. You guys are a bunch of kids. Honestly, don't grow up, for fuck's sake. You are gonna let me speak, or you're gonna mute me. What's gonna happen now?
See, you spent that whole time not talking. Can you answer the question?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just
okay. There is no answer. That's obvious.
Oh,
you don't know.
Is there any continuous footage of any mission?
Can we hear
Is there
Hammerize's
any?
point now, please? Can we hear Hammerize's point?
Look. In America, it's like the ripe time to speak, but Hammerize is probably somewhere. It's a little later. Can you give him a second to like put it together, guys? Come on.
He just used that time to ask a question about being interrupted.
Okay, well, Hammer, don't disappoint, man. Bring it on.
He did say.
For fuck's sake, can I get a word out? I'm not gonna keep interrupting.
See.
Come on, Hammer. Do you got the juice?
He quit.
I haven't quit. I have to kind of let him on Discord.
With all respect, man. Listen, I'm sorry. You said yes.
Thank you for not quitting. Let's let him talk. We're supposed to be letting him talk. Go ahead, Hammerize.
Okay, Taylor. Now the question is this: let's say I'm in charge, and if I give you the 200 hours, okay, just stay with me. Oh, for fuck's sake, you're gonna giggle. You're gonna let me finish. If I give you the 200 hours, what would it change?
See, that's not an answer.
Oh, he did say yes, though. Taylor, he did say yes.
No. Is there any continuous footage of any mission?
He
That's
didn't
the
say
question.
Answer the question. Notice she won't answer.
He's not answering the question. He's asking.
Dude, I'm asking, is there continuous footage of any mission? That's the question. Very simple.
He deflected with a what if hypothetical. Dude.
See, every time he gets a chance, there's no answer. It's just like something off topic.
Taylor, no, there is no. Okay. There is no, to my knowledge, there's no 200 hours of video of this thing, and follow-up for me would be it wouldn't make any difference to my. It wouldn't make any difference to me.
And we're not interested in that.
It doesn't make it fake or real. I wouldn't even. Oh, fuck's sake! Can I take it?
No.
You just.
We're trying to build.
No,
we're trying to build.
Let him keep talking about something else.
You asked the question. You asked.
Hey, anyone who talks next is getting the whip. Please let Hammer talk.
Taylor, you asked the question. No, to my knowledge, the video doesn't exist. At least to my knowledge, that doesn't exist. But it wouldn't make any difference to me. I wouldn't change my mind. I wouldn't say this thing was fake or not fake. I know this thing was real because there are shit tons of other evidence. As an example, amateur radio people were able to follow the satellite.
Okay, thank you.
Follow the Artemis.
Riggs. Okay. Can we stay on track, though, Hammerize? I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say yes at first before the second interruption. Hammerize, your last two responses, you said no. I get that. I thought I heard you say yes. There was somebody chimed in to say yes, maybe.
about the 200. If you really, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but to me, it would close one door. It would close a door of skepticism, okay, that how committed these people are, all right? And that's it. If you can't respect that, have your own opinion, man.
No, it's not even respect. That's the point. Now, okay, let's get that's out of the door. Okay, now
so you do respect me?
We both agree to disagree. Okay, so far so good. Now, let's assume the video does exist. What difference does it make to you because you're biased?
Well, I just closed. I told you. I told you already. Like, I'll repeat it again. What it will do is it will close a door of skepticism, right? Of me saying, hey, these people, right? No one would just sit on a set for 10 days. Okay. It would show me that I cannot argue this level of skepticism anymore. That's it. It would just move the bar, dude. And if you cannot, you said it's not a matter of respect. So if you do respect me, then respect this thing in my brain that sees a pattern and that would open and close doors of skepticism. Since you said we're all respect, right?
I have.
Right.
I've never said I would. I don't care. Maybe if I did say that, I misspoke, and I do apologize. Okay.
All right. Before this point gets lost in
to
much.
me, it would not make any difference.
Thank you. I respect that. Fine. Alette, go ahead.
That's it.
So you said that this footage doesn't does. I'm willing to bet money that they, in fact, did have cameras pointed at everybody at their exact position, how they were seated. Their faces were in center frame. And I would bet money this footage said it doesn't exist where? Like on the internet?
If Ella, can you not put word in my mouth? To my knowledge, I don't know where it is. I don't know if it exists or not. To my knowledge, I haven't looked into it. I couldn't care less. I've seen the other videos they were broadcasting. To my knowledge, like 200 videos that you want to exist. I don't know if it exists or not. To my knowledge, it doesn't exist. Someone says, you're talking shit. It's there.
Footage doesn't exist. So you don't think they had cameras inside the
car? Wesley thinks it does.
Did I say that?
Well, why wouldn't it be there then, Hammerize?
Well, then why wouldn't there be any footage if there are cameras?
You're asking for 200 videos. You're asking for 200 videos, 100 hours of videos.
Hey, you know where you work, Hammerize? If I go to your job and they have a security camera, wouldn't there be like hundreds and hundreds of constant, continuous hours of that video camera? Why would NASA's job be any different, sir?
Again, they are different.
Dude, these are like the masters of videography. Why wouldn't they?
When he makes a mistake, they need to know where the mistake's being made.
You think they're not monitoring these people? You think they don't care? Like, are you serious?
They're measuring how much their cheeks are flapping. They're measuring everything. How much their eyelids are moving up and down.
Alec, are you gonna are you doing this on purpose, or are you going?
No, he was actually talking too, and y'all just continue talking.
Taylor,
so that's what happened.
He doesn't need white knighting. He's a big boy.
You.
Taylor, he doesn't need white knighting. He's a big boy.
Okay, y'all white knight each other. Why did Wesley come? Why did you come white knight for Wesley? That's what you did, right?
Wesley did not say what.
It's common sense, dude.
You came in after him white knighting for him, so don't even use that tactic.
I didn't white knight for anyone.
It's common sense that anybody making a claim. It's common sense that anybody making a claim about having videography skills.
This whole white knighting thing is so stupid.
Can I say what I'm saying? Can I please finish what I'm saying, please? It doesn't make any sense that people with this level of videography skills, with the ability to go to that altitude, that they wouldn't make that like data public on their websites. You guys are talking about it's in a museum somewhere. Like, they don't have to show you. These are your. If I was making these feats of mankind, I would pay so you could see it. Like, it would be a Facebook ad. It would be a Facebook ad. I would be posting stuff. I would be making. Look at how much their cheeks are flapping due to the G-force. Look at the backside of the moon. Right, that's $1 million. And they didn't do it. They wasted their money.
Okay, and now can I make the comment I was trying to make, which is that I'm done with the whole white knighting thing. I don't say that whenever there's like multiple Gobers obviously coming in white knighting for one another, because we're sitting here on a debate platform. Each of us have different perspectives, and people are going to jump in and defend their position, okay, from each side. Can we stop with the white knighting as some type of like response? That's just so crazy.
Listen, you don't like it, you don't do it, I don't do it. If you do it, then I will do it. Okay, how about that?
Well, you did it.
We have been adults. We have been adults. We have been adults.
And then you did it, Taylor.
Okay, I never claimed anybody else was white knighting. He's
Yes,
the
you
only one
did.
that claimed that.
You just said that Hammerize
After he
white
did.
knighted for me. Oh,
Okay,
so
I did that to show him he's being a
Guess
hypocrite.
what? We don't care about the meta. We don't care
Yeah,
about the meta, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we just drop this
Yeah,
bullshit?
we should not be
you,
like,
thank you.
oh, you're white.
Yeah,
That's
I
meta. White
agree.
knighting
I
to make those
agree.
claims
It's
are
a
meta.
dumb thing to say. Yes, it sucks.
Okay, fine. But I hope you
Okay,
understand
anyway.
because also, like, you know, when for instance Taylor says, oh, you know, you've been doing this, you know, Taylor, sorry, Weasley was quiet for the past 10 minutes. Anyway, let's point taken, point pass it, okay? One thing I do not understand is, and you keep saying is, you know, these 200 videos, and you said, you know, why isn't that released? For me, there are times I do not want to release the videos because they are monitoring them. Perhaps, you know, the guys have said something which is not good for public. They would do that. I'm not surprised if some footage has been taken offline or they don't want to show for whatever reasons. It's not that you make it as if it's a big thing. That's the part I'm not getting.
But what about outside the capsule, even the Earth, Moon? Why can't we have that footage?
What asset of capsule? Can you please explain?
Yeah, like the Earth getting smaller, Moon getting.
But there are some footages there. There are some videos
The
of that.
continuous footage of that. Earth smaller, Moon bigger.
Oh,
Is it
not
traveling to
continuous
the moon?
footage. Okay, now you want footage. Now you want continuous footage. So which is your what
That's
is your?
what we've always been saying.
Ella, can I
That
ask you a
was the whole
question?
time.
Ella, I have a lot of back and forth with you. Can you please, before we go any further, define your standard of evidence? What do you accept as an evidence? Then we can move on. How about that?
How about provide some?
Well, standard of evidence would be something that's reproducible and testable and controlling variables.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't work.
Right now, we're
the positive
because
claims that a bunch of
So this is not your science class.
You just cut me off.
We are not writing a
Hammerize,
science.
I know you can hear me.
Cut me
You just
off.
started talking over
Just
me.
now.
We are not writing a science
Hey,
class.
Hammerize, you just cut me off
Ella.
like after only like maybe a sentence. I'm just letting you know. But a good
The
standard
positive
is
claim.
reproducibility. But
Yeah,
what's
you have
thing?
not met. Yeah.
We're asking right now, like, is there footage of the mission? Is there continuous footage? Which is what we've been asking for the whole time. The whole Polaroid picture thing is a deflection. We're talking about continuous video footage, like live streaming it, perhaps. He was asking
because
why.
It's not possible because of.
Oh, now it's not possible.
So
yeah,
so you
because
can't
of
prove your positive claim.
re-entry, and when it's blocked by the moon on the dark
And
side.
how do they do it for Starlink or whatever? How do they do it for SpaceX?
They don't go around the moon in SpaceX.
Oh, but the re-entry, they do that apparently.
Right, they had a different way. They had a different way of communicating. You know this, right?
I can
What?
explain it.
What do you mean
I can explain
communicating?
it.
They have a different way of communicating. They use. They have a different antenna setup.
Huh?
You don't know this?
Okay, what kind of antenna?
The antenna is pointing back out the back on SpaceX. It's not that on the Artemis mission. So they couldn't. That's why they lost contact. And also, any mission going around the moon can't keep contact because there's no path to the satellites.
Yes, there is. There's satellites.
So you're saying they only have one antenna facing a certain direction?
He's saying you can't make a geostationary orbit satellite.
The satellites are all over. No, the
They're
satellites
all over the moon. Are you telling me there's not satellites around the moon right now?
Not communication ones.
Why wouldn't you put communication ones before your mission? Like,
the
why
satellites
are you
around the moon?
They don't even have one
the
approaching the moon. Assuming that
They
we
don't
lose
talk to
signal
Earth?
behind it or whatever, we don't have one approaching it.
You just interrupted Elect now. Like it's weird.
Okay,
I want
was
to know what you
having a back
mean
and
not
forth.
communication
Yeah,
ones.
now-
All
now-
satellites
now-
communicate. What are you talking about? They all communicate.
So
Not
the
like-
response
Okay.
to me was like, okay, because the antennas are facing different directions in SpaceX versus NASA. That's what you said, right?
Yep.
So you're saying NASA only has
Sure.
one antenna on their modules?
I don't know if it's only one, but for communication, yes. The plasma.
Where did you find that information? Can you share that with me, please?
NASA. You didn't watch the stream? You
No,
want
I did
200
not watch
hours
the
of
entire
uncut
stream.
footage, but you couldn't
Can
bother
you
to watch
send me
Hold on a
thing
second.
about
I'm answering
the
your question.
continue?
You want to watch 200 hours of uncut footage, but you couldn't watch the NASA as it came
Whenever
in?
I went and checked out their live stream, it was like showing like an AI picture of a capsule that was not moving. It was
No, during the
obviously just
landing.
intermission. So every time I went to check it out, like most of the time it was just like a picture and a clock. It wasn't actually
Okay,
streaming
so
anything.
why do you
You know how
want
much? You know how much money they would.
You think I
You
could
know
stay
how
up
much money they
24
would
hours
make?
for 3 days in a row
Yeah,
just
Taylor,
to
can
see
you
if they
please let me
accidentally
say
turn on the
stuff?
camera?
Taylor, you
Yeah,
keep talking over me
she
like every
can't
single time I
control
try to say
herself.
something.
But
You
most
make the Artemis
people-
launch like from inside the capsule, make it available on $5 to get the file
Like,
raw. That's millions of dollars. That's you make so much money overnight. Crazy amount of money.
Okay, Alec, let me ask you a question. NASA, yes. What type of organization is it? You know,
Government?
He's American. They're not even American.
No, it's not. It's not been just a government. What type of organization is it? I can give you the
A
answer.
governmental.
It's a non-for-profit organization. It means they cannot make money. Did you know that?
It's not
Is
a
CIA
non-profit.
nonprofit?
You're
It's a
wrong. It's not a
non-for-profit.
non.
Are you sure
No, it isn't.
NASA's nonprofit?
It's
He's
a
wrong. You're a
Your place.
liar. They sell T-shirts at Walmart. Go back to your country. You don't know what you're talking about. Non-profit
Just
here is a
Google it.
what C3 is a what $10
No,
is
NASA is a U.S. federal government agency, not a non.
It operates as a non-profit organization for the intelligent taxpayer
wrong.
through
We have a
Congress.
Where are you
different
getting that?
classification here of
There you go.
non-profit. It is a totally different classification.
Where did you
You
get
are
that?
wrong.
What? What did
Yeah,
I
There
say?
is
NASA's
a
not nonprofit.
classification for a nonprofit in the USA. A federal nonprofit is a specific number. It's something. See, I'll look it up in a second. And you get a certain tax, whatever ID for it. NASA is not one of those, dude. They're not.
NASA's not nonprofit. I don't know where you got that from.
It's literally in the Google. If you just Google it, the very first line tells you.
You need to show on their website where they claim to be nonprofit, sir.
I just put a screenshot in the chat. If you just
Of an AI search
Okay,
result?
501c. I'm going to Google, is NASA a 501c company? That's what a nonprofit is here.
You need to show on their website where they claim to be NASA a nonprofit.
Bro, NASA sells all kind of stuff, dude.
They're
NASA's
not. They're a government
full-blown-
organization.
Yeah, they're full blown merchandise, full blown video content, websites. You know, their channel. Like they're doing everything, bro. They're making money every way you think of.
You
Dude,
don't
they
know what
make
a
so many billion dollars. 46 billion.
You guys don't understand what a nonprofit is. You do realize that nonprofit agencies sell things, right?
Okay, they're still not nonprofit.
Hold on a second. Do you realize that? Alex?
Shut the fuck up. Shut up and go to Google. I just posted it in the chat. No, NASA is not a 501c company, which is what is a nonprofit.
Look above it, Don. Stop spurging out. Look above it.
Go, Don. I just
So the reason why I said
remind
AI was because you said you did a Google search, right? That was what happened. You said you did a Google search. And do you understand now? This is a space foundation. This is not the government organization being nonprofit.
Did I not just admit to it? Just literally
Yeah,
about
but
5-10 seconds ago. If you listen, then you would hear me. I did say that. My bad. I think I misunderstood it.
okay, but whenever I said
Yeah,
AI search, I guess what I should have said was Google search because you said that you did a Google search, right?
Okay. Do you know how Google works? Seriously, this is embarrassing now. Do you know how Google
Yeah, it'll
works?
find websites, and it
Oh,
found
well,
this, and you're
thank you.
assuming this is about
Nowadays,
NASA.
what it does on top, it gives you the overview of using AI. But if you scroll down a bit, it actually gives you where the source is coming from. So you have two options. Just I'm teaching you now.
So that's
But
Google
anyway,
AI's engine.
no, it's not. Oh my god.
Yeah,
You know what?
Google has an AI result.
You know what? I'm not gonna teach you how Google works anyway.
So that kind of was an AI result. Yeah, so I wasn't wrong.
Oh, oh my god, it was.
If it was from Google's AI summary, I would consider that an AI search result. But anyway, you have to primary source research it. Don't just make claim. Like NASA's not nonprofit for anything. They make like I think they made like 40-something billion dollars in the past year or something.
I was corrected. And I admit to be wrong. It was like, okay, fine. Yes, I see. It's for NASA Foundation.
Hey, what's up?
Do you eat kosher hot dogs?
No, I don't eat any hot dogs. I don't like hot dogs. I think that it's like the mix of all the crappy meat together. It's horrible.
Do you eat salami?
It's a tube of
It's a tube of lips and arseholes, basically.
I don't eat salami. I don't eat stuff like
What
that.
about pepperoni pizza?
No, definitely not. I don't eat pepperoni. I have pizza, but not with pepperoni on it. I don't eat any pork.
See, I just don't understand why normies like Pazza don't just bet or Hammerize. Yeah, there's the 200 hours is there somewhere. I don't know why y'all don't just bet that.
Hey, what?
200 hours.
Then sit there and be like, no, well, I mean, normal isn't normal here because it's not normal. It's extra special, but yet it's normal.
What are you, are you going to divulge what you're blathering on about? Or are you just going to?
No, everybody else knows what I'm talking about. I guess
I've just arrived. I've just arrived.
There's devices out there, dude. There's a mirror that if you shine a light on it will reflect the backside of the mirror. Like there's all kinds of weird shit out there, bro, that we haven't really.
Ancient Chinese secret.
Well, I mean, the Antikythera mechanism had lots of dials. Some of them were should we say, Mediterranean centric, but some of them weren't. Some of them gave the calendar dates when various constellations entered various zodiac regions. Sorry, when the sun entered certain, the sun setting and rising was in various zodiacs, which is not just unique to Greece or the Hellenistic regions of the time. But it had wheels in it, the gears in it for like the moon's or the moon's phases, the solar year, and a gear for the Olympic Games every 4 years. Like the Saros cycle is in there, isn't it, as well?
Tough crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they just don't get it. One day they will.
Usually, the Antikythera mechanism is a hot potato, conversationally. How the hell do they machine that bugger?
All made by hand. No machines.
Maybe they got a divine instruction from God or something.
Maybe.
Yep.
You never know, because a lot of people think that this is just a simulation. Well, don't you think that if it's simulated, the creator could somehow automatically inject code into an individual for them to like they would know how they do it, but they just do it.
Okay, I mean maybe you got Noah's Ark, right? You got Noah, but
How do you know how to build a build that big? You never built one before.
I heard that the Antikythera mechanism it only operated assuming a flat Earth. Is that right?
Well, I don't know. See how it would work in different locations. Like if the Earth were a sphere, how it would affect being on the opposite side of said sphere.
It's not contingent on any notion of what the shape of the Earth is. It deals with the position of from an ancient Greek's perspective, where everything is in the sky in terms of angles.
Okay, but we just got done talking with Omni about this earlier. That if that machine is so accurate and amazing, and it only operates on angles, and you just admitted it doesn't make a difference on the model, that's literally an admission of all the bullshit we've been arguing about all day.
Well,
He is, we don't understand how it works at the fundamental level, so it's not really proof.
You can learn how. Yes, you can
don't
learn how it
invoke
works.
that as evidence for the Earth being special.
Show me
Right.
in a fucking line of dots that are all falling at 9.8 where they're going to make a ball at. Just draw on the ball.
Okay, hold on. I really let's see. Okay, so do you have an answer though? Something
You
I could
don't
do
need to know why gravity exists. You just need to know.
I wanted to get an answer
what
to that question
happened.
before moving on. I wanted to get an answer. How can I test it? That was the first thing and the main thing I just want to ask you. So before we get off,
You have no fundamental understanding of what science is. You don't need to understand what biology is, what physics is, what
How
any
do you
of
know
it
that I
is,
don't
or why it
understand
is. You just need to be able to make a prediction.
That's not
That's all
necessarily
science
true.
is. It's
No,
prediction.
that's not true.
Yes,
No,
it is true.
no, it's not. It's not true. Because in order to make an accurate prediction that's novel, you need to understand how it works.
A novel prediction. Yes, if you understand how something works, you can predict it. But you
You'll
don't
be able
need
to
to know
make
why.
novel predictions. Okay. And things that haven't been done before and predict the outcome. And that's understanding the mechanics. Do you understand the difference between kinematics and dynamics?
You don't, because you've never taken a physics course.
Please don't be hostile. I'm just trying to have like a chill conversation with
No,
you.
what are you talking
Seriously.
about? I come in here and make one comment, and all of a
Excuse me,
sudden
sir.
I'm the object of everyone's questions.
No,
Obviously.
I just want to. Okay, well, look, I'm trying to not be hostile. I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to be chill. And I want everybody else to be chill too, so we can like actually learn something. That's the fun part. Have a productive conversation. Okay, so kinematics and dynamics, it's okay if you don't know what they are, but
again, with the patronizing, stop it.
no, I'm just asking you because then you'll understand what I'm saying.
The last time I heard you in a group, you were the expert in biology. You worked at a biology lab and had a biology degree. Are you still standing behind that, Taylor?
Yeah.
Or did you quit your job at the biology lab that you got because you have a biology degree?
No, I never did. I was at working today to set up a new lab. For the incoming biology students, yeah, for next semester.
Setting up a new lab.
I was setting up 3 biology labs today in their prep rooms, transferring materials from one building to another. So yeah, no, I'm definitely still working. Huh?
What is your job again?
Why are you
I'm a grad
randomly
student. Why?
inquiring? Why are you randomly inquiring?
I
about her
don't
job?
know.
How is that relevant?
She's asking me my questions. Why can't I ask her?
Okay, but you haven't answered my
Super
questions.
relevant. Yeah.
God, you guys are just, no, it is relevant. If somebody's been talking for a long time about why something is or why something isn't.
Bro, you're just spurting out. Can you relax?
I came in, here's the third guy that I came in here and all he was doing is screaming the entire time.
That's why I was trying to tell Denmark to chill out. We just want to talk to this dude. We don't want to spur or nothing, make everybody uncomfortable. I rather have peaceful conversations. I hate yelling. I just like, sharing, learning, whatever information. That's
not
cool.
as bad as like Huey and his group.
Well, then how about we talk to each other respectfully, and then how about anybody else who comes talks to you from here on out, you treat them with the same respect they're given, okay?
Okay.
So Scooby, you're a
If you do
globtard,
sound like a
right?
smart guy, I do want to talk to you.
Are you a globtard?
Come on, dude. You're doing the same thing. No, we're trying to
A
calm
genuine
down so you guys
question.
have productive conversations. We're not trying. Come on, dude. You from here on out, you treat them with the same respect they're given, okay?
Okay.
So Scooby, you're a
Because you do
globtard, is
sound
that
like a
right?
smart guy. I do want to talk to you.
Are you a globtard?
Come on, dude. You're doing the same thing. No, we're trying to calm down so you guys have productive conversations. We're not trying to just insult and like make people spiral. That's not fun. Who wants to listen to that?
Are you one of these normies that thinks they live on a spinning ball?
Yes, that's what he says. But I believe that's what he believes. He asked, do you believe in the globe? Do you believe in the globe?
Okay, are we going to waste time with questions like that?
Okay. Yeah. Yes, he's obviously a glober. Okay, you were asking me about my degree, which does seem like a waste of time compared to the context of the conversation we're having. But it's cool.
At the time.
Huh?
Hey, Scooby, what health problems do you have?
I'm sorry?
What health problems do you have?
Crohn's disease.
Crohn's?
Yes.
How are you dealing with that?
Medication?
You're taking toxic medication from Big Pharma?
Hopefully you got my answer.
I think he's a germ
yeah, I'm
theorist.
just a
That's a bigger
graduate.
problem.
I am still in graduate school. I'm not sure why you asked me that, but did you ever think of an answer to the question I asked you initially?
Are you still talking to me? Come on, doesn't it go to somebody else at this point? Okay, what was the question again?
I said, what experiment can I do to test if the Earth is flat or a globe?
You guys do this on a regular basis? If so, I'll come in here next time and I'll have one for you. I got high just a little bit ago. My brain isn't exactly at optimal, engine power right now, and it's
why do you think it's a globe? Are you sure you can't give me any experiment? That's fine.
No, it's only fair. It's only fair.
He said he's going to think about it.
You can go on to somebody else and ask them questions while I think about it, and I may have a better one for you.
Hey, Scooby, do you believe in germ theory?
What, that like bacteria cause infections?
We're staying honed in. I wanted to ask him one more question.
We're
then
not
you can
staying
go
honed in. He's not into it. He's not doing it.
Okay, I was going to ask him one more question.
He's not
What is
doing
the
it.
best thing that
He
convinces him
just
that?
told you he's not. He's open to it later, but he just smoked a lot.
But it's a different question.
Man,
Germ theory is more important, anyways.
I'll just do it and I'll go on mute. Like, what is the best evidence to you that you're on the globe? I'm just curious.
Like on a daily basis, you're not really presented with it that much. I mean, it's not. I will admit a lot of it's not intuitive. That's why it took a while to kind of.
Mm-hmm.
The best. I mean, there's because there's so many different. Like best in what way? The most convincing. The easiest
The
to
most
understand.
convincing. Yeah.
It's not that I can't. No. Oh. Okay. Well.
Dude, I'm getting exasperated with you right now. This is
disappearing over the
stressing me
horizon
out.
and not being able
Yeah.
to zoom in and bring them back into focus.
You know, that's a big one that I hear a lot. Ships disappearing bottom up. You
And
know,
they
I have a
won't come
paper
back
for
into
you.
focus when you zoom in.
They
Anybody
come
who
back
says
into
that it
focus.
happens is not.
Yeah. There's a paper. Do you read papers, like scientific papers, or not? It's okay if not. I was just curious.
I think that anyone who does not have a PhD, who is reading a paper written by PhDs for other PhDs, is wasting time.
They're not just for other PhDs. They're for
Yes, they are. If you're talking about papers that are in like
Anyway,
journals,
do you like reading them or no? I can send you one by the Royal Society that talks about your precise observation, which is ships disappearing bottom up. And they actually attributed it and concluded that it was from refraction. And also a modern day paper citing that paper, which also concludes that you have bottom up obstruction
and I would
happen
argue
on an average
my point is correct.
typical
You're not
day.
reading them correctly.
Huh?
You just said that unless it was maybe from a couple hundred years ago, because that institute's been around for a while, that no paper out there is going to attribute it to refraction when the fact of the matter is that it's due to the fact that it's curving over the horizon.
No, they actually do, and modern day papers too. And they can go over as to why. Okay. Like it goes over like Snell's law and stuff like that. You know, so I can send these to you and I can be happy to go over them with you. But see, his answer is exactly why I'm like super interested in that topic, is because that is the main answer that I've heard. It boats disappearing, bottom up. So anyway, I'd love to talk with you more about it, but I think that Bob wanted to mention something about germ theory. You can go ahead. Taylor variables. I can go through. I would love to go through them with Omni, but I don't know if he would.
You mean acting like a chicken? Like when I found out the show was like Ben or something like that. It's like one of those episodes. I would have to really dig into it again. Nickelodeon or something.
Was it a skit or was it a real show, or like was it reality television?
It was like a skit show. Like the kids in the show like acted. It was like all that, but Australia.
Interesting. Okay, well, I did tag Blob and told him I was trying to circle it back to him, and he's gone. Anyway, Omni.
I'm still here. I'm.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for staying. Omni, you said, is Taylor addressing bottom up disappearance with Taylor variables? I don't know what that means. I don't know what a Taylor variable is. I only got the variables from peer review papers and stuff. So it's nothing I thought of.
Who said that?
Omni.
Omni's using your name in funny ways again. Yeah, he's gaslighting.
Taylor variables. I can go through. I would love to go through them with Omni, but I don't know if he would.
You mean actual variables? You know what Omni variables
Taylor,
are?
here's the problem. Let me just say this. Sorry. As to one reason why I would say it's problematic to read PhD papers, you have no way of knowing whether or not you actually learned the material or what you came away with it is correct. Because you can't go take a test. And tests are, while they suck, have been traditionally the best ways to determine whether or not you learned the material from something.
Okay, so you think you need a PhD and to take a test to like actually know a topic?
Oh, wait a minute. In order to ensure that you understood what was in a paper written by PhDs, absolutely.
Should the government like hire people who don't have PhDs to like do government work?
I'm not saying that anything to do with PhD, just to ensure that you learned the material in the paper.
But wouldn't that be like national security? Like, shouldn't we only hire people who do have those credentials to like work for the government and defense systems and
No, what
stuff?
I'm saying is that I'm sure everybody here has taken a test that they think aced and turned out they didn't do well on it, right? A situation where you think you knew the material, but you didn't.
Can you self-learn? Is that effective?
Of course you can self-learn, but you need to make sure that you learned what you think you learned.
Right. So do you think it'd be smart to trust people without a PhD to do like national defense and stuff? Like,
wait a minute, I don't understand why you're making that jump. I'm making a very basic statement
yeah,
that
I'm making a jump
you need to,
because
that
there
if you
have been
believe you know
people
something, you should make sure that you know it.
in your model, like
There's no model.
SpaceX, for example. SpaceX is contracted by the DoD. And that's, obviously owned and operated by Elon Musk, or said to be, right? And Elon Musk didn't have a PhD. Like, he did a lot of
I'm
self-learning.
not saying be sure that what's in the paper is correct. I'm saying that you need to make sure that whatever they're saying in the paper, it can be the craziest shit, whatever, that you understood what they were saying after reading.
Definitely.
But no,
is it impossible for me
that's
to
why they have
without a
reading
PhD?
comprehension tests on the SATs. That's why they give tests in general to students
done
to find
the
out whether or
SAT.
not they are learning something. And you're saying that no, you shouldn't have to be tested on something because you can be guaranteed that if you read something, you'll learn it.
No, I never said guaranteed anything. People can definitely misread stuff. But you'd have to, that would be a case-by-case basis on what paper they claim to know. And you can, case-by-case basis, like analyze whether they did properly, read the paper or whatever.
People, if you don't, I'm just the same argument why people would say you should use tests, or the same reason why I'm saying that you shouldn't assume that you learned something from something. I mean, obviously people can self-learn, but you should make sure that you learned it, shouldn't you?
Okay, yeah, I agree. But I'm not really making my own claim. I can just quote the paper or whatever, and so you don't think it's like me making this claim.
You can quote the paper, yes. But I would doubt that if you were to bring that PhD author in here and ask, is that what you meant or whatever? Because again, you got to remember there's other papers on which this was based.
But modern day scientists do work on this too, and you can test it for yourself, and the basic principles you can verify. Like, this isn't like a nominal
PhD paper isn't a course. It's not something that you can read by itself and expect it isn't. Nobody considers it to be a learning tool.
So even the courses, they use textbooks. Textbooks get their information from research and from papers.
Right,
They
but they aren't the same. They are modified to become a learning tool, whereas a PhD paper is not designed to be a learning tool. They can bring up a word that they will assume that people reading it will know, but will not assume that you know.
How about
if
we
you
just
don't know
look at
the
the
subject
actual
already.
paper and what we can demonstrate and find on our own?
You could easily get in a situation where you have to look up the definition of every third word.
Are you familiar with reading papers?
I think
Yes,
he's
I've
agreeing with you,
written
Taylor. I
them.
think he's saying that
Hey, Scooby, I
he's
sent you
stupid
a
and
direct message.
confounded.
You
He
should
doesn't
take a look
even
at it.
comprehend it. I think he's telling you he can't even comprehend the stuff.
No,
That's
I'm saying that
crazy.
if you
It's
read a
comprehensible. It's
PhD
actually pretty
paper on a
simple.
subject that you do not know about, then you are very easily
How do you
going
know I
to
don't know about
constantly
it?
be presented with words that you don't understand.
So he doesn't
But you're
understand the
assuming
word.
I don't know about it. You don't know that.
Why
He
do I
doesn't,
not know
Taylor.
that?
No, he's saying he doesn't. He can't speak for anybody else, right?
So,
So you're
Scooby,
saying
you should.
here comes
Wait,
Omnivore. Omnivore doesn't understand him either. Here's two
I
people.
hold
I
on. Let
understand
Scooby
the stuff
finish.
I'm
I want to
talking
finish
about.
talking to Scooby real quick.
Anybody that uses a paper that you find in a journal that is for written by PhDs for other PhDs, anybody who uses it as a learning tool is a fool. Is a complete fool. Go learn regularly by people who have been studying how to learn and studying the best
What
ways
are you
to learn
supposed
for
to?
hundreds
You're
of
the
years.
one
to call people a fool, right?
You're
It's
having
kind of a
you're
moot
having the
point.
conversation with the wrong people, Scooby. I'm sorry, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I've read many papers that for my own research, so I'm kind of familiar with doing background research. And
how did
that's
you?
something
And
that you
how
have
is
to
it
do.
proven that you understood it?
We haven't even looked at it. I haven't presented anything.
Scooby.
But how was it proven? You said that you've done all of this and it was great, but how was it proven that you understood it?
It's not.
It's not. Well, I've tested it myself. I've done my own observations and experience. Well, really observations and tests per se. To verify what the paper's saying is true. It is true. It's not disputed.
Is any but okay. Okay, it's getting real. It's not that late here, but I
It's real simple. You just said that somebody can't learn something from a paper.
no, I said
So, I
don't
mean,
use. No, I said don't use it as a learning tool. Is it possible
why
to learn
not?
something? Yes. Is it?
You
Is
do you
it?
not
You
realize that
just
that's
use
how like all learning is done at the highest academic levels?
Yeah, but
what?
he doesn't think we're at high
Like all
academic
the
levels.
No.
They
No.
almost require that you go find
PhD
primary
papers
research
are never
sources.
meant to be learning tools even by PhDs.
Then you don't know what
In
you're
your,
talking about.
have you taken like science courses in
Scooby.
college? They teach you how to go
You just
do
said I don't
primary
know what I'm
literature
talking
to do
about.
background research, and they tell you in
Scooby,
order to do the
you
background
are
research,
not
you need to go
incorrect.
do like a
But
PhD
literature
students do
review,
not
and
use
you have to like
journal
learn how to use
articles
like Google Scholar and stuff,
when they
and
are
you have to learn how to find like
PhD
these primary
candidates. You're
sources
saying they do,
to
then you
put
don't
forth
know
like a
how the
research
PhD
question.
process works.
Snoopy, why are you still talking over me? I'm telling you something. In college, they'll teach you how to go find background
I know
sources
what
and
college
to use
is. I know what
papers.
graduate school is.
No, I was just talking about undergrad. Even in undergrad, they teach. That's one of the first things that you do, in in many science courses that are STEM or science in particular, is to learn how to find primary sources.
Right. And when did I say or imply something that says you shouldn't know
Like
what
that
primary?
shows that you use those to do the learning and background analysis for whatever research you're going to put forward.
Right, but again, did I say something which seemed like I would be against what you just said, or
Yeah, like that you shouldn't use them as a learning tool.
I said they are created to be learning tools.
You're not.
What?
Not going to work,
Papers?
Scooby.
You're saying that they are created for learning tools.
It's not going to work.
I mean, I'm not saying that's why they're created. I'm saying you definitely should learn from them.
Please stop embarrassing yourself. It's getting kind of crazy.
No, I can cite everything I'm saying, even in like textbooks, if that's what you'd prefer. Would you prefer
letting you know that
textbooks?
what
Is that
you're
what you're
saying is
saying?
not incorrect, but it's
Omni,
not going
quit
to work.
interjecting.
You're barking up the
It's
wrong
already
tree.
hard enough to talk to just him, dude.
You can't tell me what or why. You can just use the words that's not going to work.
So, Scooby, I sent you some direct
Scooby.
messages to explain it.
Omni, can you please, like, I'll talk to you after, but it's already hard enough to talk to
because
Scooby.
Taylor, you never stop
Can
talking.
you stop
so I have to-
interrupting the
at some point I have to
conversation,
talk to him.
please? Can you stop interrupting the conversation? So, Scooby, how do you suggest that people go and if they want to get the most accurate data, the latest research, what do they go to? What do you suggest?
On what? I don't know. There's lots of online tools to do it. Again, there's materials to learn. There's materials for professionals by professionals that you would not use when you're starting out. Unless you think that whatever profession you're in, that you can give all of your knowledge to somebody and instantly have them understand everything in a day.
Nobody said that.
No.
Nobody implied that ever. Okay.
I tried, Scooby.
In any paper, by the way, Omnivore, chill 1 second. In any paper, they're gonna have a background section where you it goes over the background of like an overview of the topic. And then also they have something called overview papers, where it's basically like a review article that goes over all the latest data and knowledge in a particular topic. And they'll break it all down, like where we're at in the field and simplify the matter and, stuff like that.
Okay, and okay, right. That's what it does. And you think that that's reasonable to expect somebody to learn where you're at in the field on a topic important enough to write a PhD paper about and learn it and not have any
the
issue doing it.
standard of
And that
evidence
there
is
aren't better
primary
ways of learning it
sources.
quicker.
Yeah, primary source, you get comfortable reading papers. They want college students to
A
get comfortable
PhD paper
going
is not a
do background
primary source.
research and read papers.
It's not a primary source.
Yes, it is.
No, it is
Research
not.
articles are primary sources.
No, they are not. Primary sources is the information that you're basing the paper on.
What?
In science, a
No,
primary source
assuming
is
that they're
the thing that
doing the
you're basing the
research.
paper on.
You're citing, I'm talking about looking at the primary research that was done. That would be looking at a primary source. Now, if a review article, yeah, that would be a secondary source. Because they're quoting the primary research. Either way, are you just saying in general we shouldn't look at papers
I'm saying it was not
generally,
meant
or
to
what?
be a learning tool, so why would you use something that's not meant for a learning tool as a learning tool when you can learn it quicker and better?
You did say it's
when
not
you can
meant for
learn it
learning.
quicker and better with another way.
No, it is a learning tool. It's like one of the highest standards of learning.
Right.
In
And
academia,
you
it's
still
to
haven't
look at
told me
primary sources.
how you can how you're able to determine that you learned what was in the paper. That's the problem. That's why I'm saying there are quicker and better ways.
What are you guys yapping about?
There's no test at the end of the paper like there is when you're in school.
Okay, so people can't comprehend. If they actually want to learn what's in the paper, you think that they aren't able to or something?
I've been trying to leave.
What
I've
if they're
been
like
very
motivated
generous
and
in
actually
allowing
go
me,
try to seek out a
allowing me to
subject?
be the
Can
object
they
of
do that?
questions for what is almost over an hour now.
Maybe.
But anyway, I have papers I can send you. I guess you don't credit them or can't learn them, or I don't know.
No, papers are fine. If you expect me to learn like something completely that I'm unaware of, there are better ways to learn that material than to read a journal paper.
How? What's the better way?
Who did that?
What's the better way?
What journal papers are you currently reading?
What's the better way?
No, the laughing guy. Which journal
No,
papers are
I'm
you
asking
currently
you,
reading?
don't disregard that. What is the better way to?
No. The guy that laughed.
I don't know who laughed. I'm talking to you.
Oh, that was the
What are you guys talking about?
Okay, what's the better way to learn than Scooby?
Honestly, like it depends on the subject, but something advanced, you take a fucking course.
Take a course, okay.
I mean, you don't
You can
understand.
self-learn. It's not impossible. Is it
there's no
quicker to take a
courses.
course? Yes.
There's no courses. I have to learn about how to put, like how successful will antibiotic impregnated pellets be useful in recurrent infections for craniectomy flaps. But there's no courses on it.
That.
There's no courses on it, dude. I'm
to
like
go look
the
at
first, like
papers.
one of the first ones writing a case report on it.
Well, so what
congrats.
what are you doing this for? I mean, what is it? Are you a vet?
Am I what?
A vet?
No, he's a medical student.
No, not a vet. No, I'm talking about doing this in like a little 15-year-old.
Like in the field, in the medical field.
If you're trying to figure out something, you're 15 years old. Again,
no, he's not 15 years old.
Oh, sorry. The best way to do it. I mean, that's like saying you don't know a better way, so do the most complicated possible and inefficient way of doing it possible. No, that's stupid.
The most complicated would be to like start out trying to do your own experiment and not do background research on it. That'd be pretty complicated. You have to start from the bottom up.
Argue that you.
But anyway, yeah, reading papers
have a
is
lot
the
of free
standard.
time, like
primary sources. That's where it's at. That's what academia suggests.
A journal PhD paper is a primary source.
Yes, if they did the research. If it's not a review article, then yeah. I can cite that if you like just a general article, scientific article.
Tayler.
Are you scared to look at papers or something? It's cool if so.
It's understandable why you have a reputation, Tayler, that is well warranted. Good night.
What is my reputation? Oh, don't talk to Tayler. It's too much. I'll bring too many papers, I guess. It's scary.
Your
I never got
reputation
told
is
that
not
before.
listening when people talk.
Was he saying something somewhere that I don't know about?
Yeah, he was saying that we shouldn't use peer-reviewed papers or something like that.
When was
only
that in this
academics.
conversation?
Yeah.
I'd be afraid.
Was he saying something in text chat or something?
I have no clue, bro. He was just saying that peer-reviewed papers are too complicated. They're for academics, and I guess he wouldn't look at it.
Because they're flat, Taylor. All flat.
Yeah, Omnivore was in the text chat warning him. We're all aware of that. That's Omni was like, it's all in the DMs, and he was probably like, don't talk to Taylor. Da 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 da. He's like, check your DMs. So obviously, Omnivore. He even said it out loud in here. So it's no secret where he got this information. Oh, it's why you have a reputation. Yeah, that's pretty low, Omnivore, to be in the DMs texting someone just because of your bias against me or whatever.
Oh, is that where that comment came from?
Yeah, that Omnivore definitely. He said check your DMs. It has all
Yeah,
the
I'm trying to say something. Yeah, thank you. He told him that he told him your background in the DMs. Are you saying that?
No, he was warning him of me or whatever. I'm piecing that together because Omnivore was like, all of it's in the DMs.
I wonder if he like messaged that guy and said like, "Oh, Taylor has a profession." Like that's like super wild if that's what you're saying.
No, he was
Because he came
just
out of nowhere with
warning
that
him.
comment. Like it sounded like each other. He randomly brought up your profession. I'm like, where the hell is he getting that from?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember talking to him before.
Yeah, like how come he
Anyway,
knew that? Is that what Omnivore messaged him? I don't know.
yeah, Omnivore, I don't know. Like, he kept trying to talk and interject whenever we were talking. And he's like, yeah, all your informations are in the DMs. I'm guessing Omnivore DM'd him about how terrible I am with all my papers. But yeah, if you have something to talk about Omnivore, definitely bring it up. I'd love to go over it with you. But just like, poisoning the well, that's not cool. Shouldn't do that to people.
Yeah, he said throw all the data in the garbage. It's worthless. And
You guys always poison the well when it comes to the globe and globers?
I would just bring flat papers that scare you to death.
All right, perfect, Storm. You're next on the chopping block. Prepare to defend yourself.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I don't need to defend myself.
Yeah. And I was definitely trying to listen to him, Blob. I'm not sure what you meant by whatever you were saying there, but anyway. Little side jabs. But yeah, I guess he left. It's
Just
unfortunate.
in general.
He had a bit of a LARPy voice. Seemed like he was putting on some kind of caricature.
It's obvious now Omnivore is like DMing people and warning them not to discuss things with certain people, I guess. And then he like ran away. That's cool. You should be able to judge people for your own and not like let people poison the well. Yep. Okay, Bob, did you get my thing?
Glover's yeah.
Go ahead.
The
I was
Glover's
just gonna
double
ask.
speak when it comes to these papers. Sometimes they want to say, "Oh, look at this paper; it supports my claim," and other times they, "Oh, you can't refer to the papers like this. It says things that don't agree with me, so you can't use papers."
That's an all or nothing fallacy, actually. You shouldn't let them do that. That's crazy. Yeah, you're right. They do that. Other times they'll say, "Oh, you need to actually go and read the research." Da da da. And then whenever you actually try to give them research papers, they like freak out. And here's a new one, like, "Oh, it's too high of a standard, too high, too hard to learn." Whatever that was. That's a new one. But yeah, they'll deflect one way or another. A lot of people will.
Yep. And you put Scooby Doo in the hot seat. He seemed like
Well, he came in a little hot, kind of.
did he? I
Well,
don't know.
Gemma
Maybe I missed
got
something.
him.
That's what I was asking. I'm like, did I miss something? Did he say something?
Well, Gemma was talking to him, and he got a little riled up, and I was like, "Hey, let's just talk." And then Omnivore went and poisoned the well behind my back, essentially, from what I'm piecing together. And then now he left.
That's an interesting point I heard you guys make about how the information that you're studying is truly not within any paper yet. Yeah, I actually do tend to agree with that, like in a weird subliminal way. I realize that's something that I've always believed, that you're not going to find the information presented to you in the form of a paper, right? You're piecing together like data points across like hundreds of papers, right? And then based on all that, you're just presenting an argument. You're not really like making a paper about all these things that different papers say. So to say like, oh, I need a paper, like that's like there is a fallacy there. I don't know what it's called. There's something there.
appeal to authority maybe, or credentials, but like, okay, what he was saying was that you should go take a course on it, but there's not a course on every little sub nuanced topic. If you're going to get in the weeds of something and actually understand the mechanics, how it works, and like the latest research, there's not gonna be courses on that stuff. You know what I mean? So you're saying go take a course on it.
Yeah, these guys kind of say, does the paper this flat? Like, dude, that's not the point. Like, the paper is telling you a finer detail about a data point that is indicative of an interpretation where you can treat the Earth as flat. And they just like miss that part. They're just like, there's no paper. Actually, all these papers say it. All these papers say it, and then you could draw a different conclusion. So, that kind of
I missed it, but usually if you bring them like paper to the table and it's like a valid one, they'll just say that you're not smart enough to understand it. Like you don't have the credentials needed to actually understand what the paper's saying.
Yep.
That fallacy probably would be like a genetic fallacy. They're attacking your intelligence, insulting your intelligence.
Ad hom maybe. Like you're attacking the person rather than the material. Instead of looking at the material, you're attacking the person. So just because they say, "Oh, you're not intelligent enough to read this paper," that doesn't actually refute the claims that were made or anything the paper brought forth. That's just a response that's attacking your character. That's an ad hominem, and that's usually what happens when people don't have anything to say. They just start insulting you.
Well, put the readers on an island. Put the people who can read good on an island next to people who can't read at all, and say, "Hey, build this thing."
Yeah,
and then the
genetic fallacy
people
is
that can't read are going to build it, and the people that can read are going to be lost. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure genetic fallacy is an attack on your character, an ad hominem.
It's like a genetic fallacy is like where the information came from makes it uncredible. So if you say, "Oh, these are a bunch of creationist researchers who made this paper," that would be a genetic fallacy because you're saying it's like the source of it is discrediting it, not the paper or the findings itself.
Well, not just it's actually about where the source came from based on their intelligence being low. I can't trust what you're telling me because the source is of low intelligence.
Right. Yeah, it's an ad hominem within there. Yeah, like in discrediting the source and stuff too.
Yeah, he
Instead of
just said
it's
all the
worse.
papers are worthless. Yep.
Yeah, that's a fallacy. You want to attack the material that's in the paper or the argument being presented, not the person or anything like that.
If the paper is actually derived from trying to calculate an actual physical thing that's happening from another thing to another thing, and you try to do that, and the paper is like explaining that, and you can go test that thing off of the paper in real 3D form. Anything that can be tested in 3D form can be trusted on paper. But if you can't trust it in 3D form, how the fuck can you trust it on paper? You know, there's nothing to match the numbers.
It's just theoretical.
Correct. Then that paper would be a theoretical paper written, and it would have to be peer reviewed theoretically.
Yeah. Have you heard about theoretical physics? They even have a field of study called theoretical physics.
That's what it is, yeah.
That's crazy.
I was thinking of a Texas sharpshooter fallacy because the target that he thinks he's hitting is that the paper supports his claim, like, but he's not even referencing any paper. You know, he's just assuming that hit the target. All the papers don't support his claim. I don't know. Maybe it's Texas sharpshooter a little bit.
Texas sharpshooters, like whenever you hit, okay, instead of shooting a gun at a bullseye, you shoot the gun at a wall and then go draw a bullseye around it. So no matter what, it's like them saying, "Oh yeah, all this evidence matches the globe," since what we're talking about. And Like you just like see it and then you just kind of assert it does instead of actually like having a target, shooting it and see if it makes it. Like it's like you go draw the bullseye around wherever you and just say, "Ha, I made it," you know? Yeah, it supports it no matter what.
To say it apparently it has to be this because when I look out, I just see stuff that I don't know where it's at. So I'm gonna say that's curve.
Maybe like the refraction thing, like you see too far, oh, well, that's because of refraction. Instead of like actually testing the refractive medium and seeing like if that's the case, you're just gonna like draw the
We
bullseye.
did.
Oh, that's a refraction.
And the
And you're gonna
refraction
see that.
matches the globe. I'm sorry, you're just wrong. You're making
How
stuff
does
up.
refraction match the globe?
You know this already. We've told you a million times. You just don't care.
You've told me what? Then it should be easy for you to repeat it if you told me millions of times. How does refraction match the globe? Are you letting Omnivore poison the well or something?
They don't have high.
See, if there's no pressure gradient, the refraction would be different than if there is a pressure gradient. And then when we test this, we have a refraction index that matches a gradient.
Yeah, there's definitely a gradient there, but do you know what's more important than pressure for the refractive index in terrestrial observations? What's more important than the pressure gradient?
Temperature.
Oh, overall density.
So just changing the subject right now?
Yeah, the density is going to give you the refractive index.
Okay, so you're going to concede that there's a pressure gradient, but
Yeah,
I thought that gas pressure can't be uncontained or something like
Hold
that.
on,
you're
that's
gonna
a new
engulf
point.
the
No,
firmament
don't
and so
move on.
You see, I know the cycle. I know the cycle that you're going to.
No, you're moving on to a new point.
It's a religious mantra. You're just trying to convince
Run
yourself.
storm,
What you're
it's a trap.
doing.
Run storm,
You're
it's a
changing
trap.
the topic. No, we're not going there. We're staying on topic because you made a claim. Okay, so then you said the pressure gradient, right? But I
You
said,
made a claim.
which one?
You made
What
claims.
claim did I make?
You
What
make
claim did I
claims
make?
about us, what we believe in our models, and how it works or doesn't work, and you're wrong about it.
What claim did I make?
That's it.
What claim did I make?
Everything that you were slandering us with earlier.
What did I
Don't you
slander you
remember
with?
what you were talking about? When you were saying that we don't account for refraction when we do? That's a lie.
Can you cite it? Can you cite an example?
You can ask me infinite evidence and infinite
Cite an
citations and
example.
infinite links. It's not
Just
going to change
one.
the facts.
Just one. You say that that's a lie, that they do account for it. Can you give me a case in which they did?
Just one, and then you post it. Oh, fuck that. Then now give me this. You post that. Oh,
No,
fuck
no.
that. Give me this. So just one? No, it's an
Y'all
endless
talk about
loop
sources,
of just
right?
ones. I've heard
Source your
just one
claim.
from you a million times. So
Yeah, and you never gave
plus
one.
a million other times. There's no
You
just
never give
one.
one.
Okay.
I can't recall you ever giving a
Search
source.
up my messages. I've posted plenty in here. Just search up. I'm
In
done
here
doing
or
your
DMT?
homework. You're the one that's not looking into it. You're just
You
talking
literally
shit
just, this is
and
your homework because
asking
you just made a
bullshit.
claim. You said they do, and I said where. Okay.
Oh, it's not like I posted some actual links that had to do with atmospheric ducting and how that works with radio waves and light waves and all electromagnetic waves. No, let's just forget that. Yeah, okay. Let me repeat that again.
That's not a
How many
citation for
million
what we're
times do
talking
I need
about.
to repeat it now? What's the next thing you're
You
going
need to
to ask
calm
me?
down, first of all. You need to chill.
I'm perfectly calm. I'm just speaking.
Okay, why are you splurging? Like, can you calm down, please? It's hard to have an effective conversation with you splurging. Okay, so you said refraction matches a globe. I said how so, and you mentioned pressure gradient. I asked you what's more important than the pressure gradient for the refractive index. Yes, that would be the same as like the density. The density determines refractive index. So what's more important
Temperature
than
and
pressure
gradients
when it
are what
comes
reflects. The
to
medium is the most important thing. The medium.
Yeah, and what would that
The
be other
medium
than pressure?
is less thick at the top. There's less refraction, and where it's thickest, there's more
The top of
refraction.
what?
So
Top of
that alone requires a
At the top of
gradient.
what?
See,
The top
you're
of
just
the
going to keep
atmosphere?
asking endless questions like that are already
You're
answered.
not
Why don't
being
you ask these questions
specific.
to Google? Have you ever asked them to Google? Are you
You're
too scared
spiraling.
to? Are you
Chill.
too scared to?
What? I'm asking you questions about what you're saying. You said the top. You weren't specific about with the top of what. It's less dense at the top. Yeah, we can all agree on that.
Yeah,
This would
you're so
probably
helpless without him
be.
talking
Hold
about the
on.
globe, right? As if like
We're
you can't get these
okay. No,
answers
no,
for
no. I'm
yourself.
responding to him right now. Like, just chill. Okay, so I only say that because this sounds like you're talking about celestial refraction. If you're talking about the entirety of the atmosphere, that would be more pertaining to celestial observations. But earlier, if you were following the conversation, he said that his best evidence for the globe was boats disappearing bottom up. And you said refraction matches the globe and asked how, and you're saying pressure gradient. But I'm here to tell you that according to many peer-reviewed papers, the temperature gradient is actually more important than the pressure gradient in terrestrial observations when it comes to
That does
refraction.
not invalidate the claim that I made that on your flat Earth, without a pressure gradient, the refraction behaves differently than with a pressure gradient. And in reality, when we observe the refraction, it matches a pressure gradient.
That
Therefore,
doesn't make
you're
sense.
wrong
That doesn't
again.
make us. That was an incoherent statement.
Yeah, of
Pressure
course.
It
I'm
gradient
it
does
pretending.
not
matches the
observe.
pressure
Of course,
gradient. Like
pretend that.
what?
Yeah, of course.
How does
See,
an
I'm not even
observation
in good
match the
faith. You didn't
pressure
even.
gradient? That makes no
How much time
sense.
did you spend considering my answer? How much time?
Dude,
Oh,
your
0
answer was
seconds? Not even a
incoherent.
second. But you dare say that you have good faith and that you're
How does an
honest?
observation
Fuck
match a
off.
pressure
Fuck off,
gradient? You're
Taylor. You're
being
dumb.
incoherent. I
I'm
don't know
not
what else to
incoherent. I'm
say.
very coherent. I explained it very coherently. I'm
How would an
sorry if your
observation?
hillbilly brain can't understand it.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, so the temperature gradient is more important
No
than the pressure
insults.
gradient when it comes
Or
to
you go on mute.
terrestrial observations. Did you know that?
Is there someone else we can talk to, or is he the only one?
I don't know. He just came in making claims and said I was making
No,
claims.
this is good. I like this. Taylor's putting everybody in strangleholds. Necessary.
Wait, he said something about looking through the atmosphere without a pressure gradient. Like maybe I'm just ignorant, but how do we do that? Like how do we look through the atmosphere with no pressure gradient?
Doesn't exist.
That's not what I said.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, he said that if you look through the
this
atmosphere,
is
then
the
you'll
problem.
see it matches the pressure
I
gradient.
tell you what you
That
want to
doesn't even make
hear,
sense though.
and you don't listen to it. And then you
What
think I
you
said
said made no
something else.
sense,
Like I
sir.
say A, you understand Z for some
Okay,
reason. The complete
how does
opposite
an
of what I said.
observation match a pressure gradient? What does that mean? Are you
Why do you
saying
keep
that like
repeating the question instead of listening to me when I'm talking? Maybe you would understand what I'm saying if you would listen instead of
well, you're
speak
talking
over
and
me
you're
all
not
the
saying
time? See, you're
anything but
speaking over
meta?
me again. You understand?
It's all meta. Go ahead.
So of course. So meta. Keep speaking over me. Don't listen to anything I have to say.
You're not
Ask me
saying
questions,
anything.
but don't listen to the answer.
You're still not
Matter
saying
of
anything.
attitude.
This is a tactic, dude. Are you gonna
Ask
say
me
something?
questions and
Okay, I'm gonna
don't make
start
me
saying something
answer.
of substance
There
if
you
you
go.
don't. Come on, dude.
And then you wonder why I choose to leave my mic muted.
Dude, why can't you just act like a cordial? Okay. So anyway, like the
Because
pressure
you're not
grade, just the
cordial. You're
observation.
not
So you
being
just cut
honest
me
with
off.
me. You're not listening
Don't
to
be a
anything I'm
hypocrite.
saying.
Don't be a
That's
hypocrite.
why. You're not cordial yourself.
You cut me off. Like, okay, so hold yourself to the same standard you hold me to.
Do you
So
like being
okay,
cut
so
off?
whenever you
You've
say the
done it to me 5
observation,
times, but I
are
do it once
you?
and you're pissed off?
Do you have nothing to say at this
You have
point? So you're
double
just gonna
standards.
swerve? I never got on to you. You originally got on to me for cutting off. I never originally went against
Said a
you.
lie. I corrected you on the lie. Then you started
What was
asking
the
me
lie?
endless
You still
petty
never stated
questions
what
on
I
the
lied.
meta that are semantic and trying to
You
trap
never
me in this
corrected
whatever
me on the
thing you're
lie.
trying to do. Nice performance, Taylor, but it doesn't work
You're the one
anymore because I
performing,
changed my
dude.
stance towards you. I no
What did
longer
I
take
lie
you
about?
We'll
seriously.
just call it a draw, you guys. Maybe you
What did
guys
I lie about?
start
You
over.
can't tell me. He's just saying stuff like it's working. It's very sad that this is all like we can't actually have a coherent conversation. It's very sad. Just move the feelings aside. Observations matching a pressure gradient. I think I know what he means, but that in itself is an incoherent statement.
No, it wasn't an incoherent statement.
Can you get the pressure gradient by looking through the atmosphere? Is that what you're saying?
You can get the refractive index, and you can test the atmosphere's pressure gradient with a barometer, in case you didn't know. But of course,
Wouldn't
you
you
can ask
use
these
the
questions to
barometer?
Google instead of asking them to me.
Wouldn't you
See, I'm
use?
done being
You're the
your
one that
Google
made the
bitch.
claim,
Go
though.
ask them to Google. You'll have the same answer I'll give you. Google will
Okay,
give you
wouldn't you
the
use the
exact
barometer to get
same
their?
answer I'll give you.
Okay, you're
Taylor,
repeating
understand
yourself.
this. Understand this. You can ask the same question to Google.com.
Google have the
It will
same
give you
answer
the
that I gave.
exact same answer as me.
How did I know
So
what you
why
were going to
ask me a
say? Because you
question
said
that
it
you
3
can
times in a
Google?
row.
Okay.
Okay, you said that 3
Well,
times.
don't listen to
Please don't
anything I
say it a
say
fourth.
again.
You don't have to say it a fourth
See, you
time,
keep
dude.
speaking over me when I'm speaking.
Dude, you repeated yourself 4 times.
Yeah, because you're speaking over me while I'm talking,
I
so I have the
repeated what you
impression that you're
said
not
because I
listening.
told you
You're
I
not
heard
listening
you.
to me. I have the
I heard
impression
you.
that
I
you're
can
not listening
repeat.
to me. You know,
Do you
when
want
you're
me to repeat
listening to
what you said
someone that's
again to
talking to
show
you,
you I
you
did
don't
listen?
talk. See, you're talking over me again.
Dude, you're constantly talking.
I'm
Okay?
constantly talking because you're constantly
I'm trying to
interrupting.
have a
Do you not
conversation. You're
understand that?
repeating yourself.
Do you not
Hold on,
understand
Taylor.
that?
Just let's see if this
Taylor,
guy has anything to say. Go
when I
ahead.
speak, just don't speak over me, and maybe it'll be short.
And you do the same.
It
Well, I
sounds like
try
you
to,
guys
but
aren't
you
even
don't give
talking
me
to
a
each
little chance.
other. It sounds like you guys are like trying to talk to the room and like put on some kind of show, and you're like using each other. Like you're not even talking to each other.
That's
Dude, I'm
well,
begging
I'm
him to
trying to
actually
talk
have a
to her, but
conversation
she's not.
forever.
Like I am trying to talk to her, but she's
Okay,
not
go
listening
ahead.
to anything I say. I could say anything, and she's not going to hear it
Then
because she
just
speaks over me.
He's never going to get there because he has nothing to say, I guess. I don't know. Go ahead. Say what you got to say. That's not just meta.
Let me ask you
Okay.
about your gradient.
Whatever question you have for me, why would you ask it to me instead of Google, given that Google will give you the exact same answer?
Because Google didn't hop up in this space and make a claim. That's why.
You mean an established fact?
What?
Of
You
what?
The statement I made was
okay,
an
so then it
established
should be
fact,
very
not
easy
a
to
claim.
defend.
There's a difference.
If it's a fact, then it should be easy to defend. You shouldn't have to act
Google it.
like
Is
this.
it a fact or not? I'm pretty sure Google will say that it is a fact that I stated.
If I put into Google what you actually said, they would say this is incoherent. Because it was.
Oh, okay, yeah. Call everything incoherent arbitrarily.
Okay, so what I was trying to say of substance was that the barometer would give you the refractive index. You wouldn't look to see the refractive index and then match it up with some pressure gradient. What you would do is the opposite. You'd measure the pressure gradient and the temperature gradient and put that in to calculate the refractive
You
index. You
said the
understand?
barometers measures the temperature gradient.
No, I
Barometers
didn't.
measure pressure.
Pressure. I said you use the barometer to get the pressure. You also measure the temperature to get the refractive index. You don't get the refractive index, then match them up and try to figure out the pressure. That's not how it works.
Well, you need to know what the medium is made of as well.
Exactly. You need to first measure the.
Taylor, spoiler alert. The Globers know and they make predictions based on what they know about the atmosphere. Flat earthers don't.
What we know is not in the atmosphere is a wall over distance that changes density.
Okay.
That's not in the atmosphere.
So anyway, he basically claimed refraction matches the globe. I just wanted him to substantiate that. That's all.
Yes, when you add atmospheric ducts, the weather conditions, the temperatures, and etc., the observation that you have does match the 3959-mile radius globe. But you guys don't accept that because my observation doesn't match an atmosphereless globe, therefore it's fake.
When you add atmospheric ducts, how would you go about doing this?
Atmospheric ducts are conditions that occur during the weather with cold and hot and warm air being ducted. And what that does is that it extends also, it refracts further ahead. Therefore, your light can go up to 10 miles, even 20 miles, depending on how far the duct is. And this has been demonstrated with radios to go up to 300 miles in distance. So your
Exactly, but it's
20-mile
just a
distance
special condition.
observations are invalid.
Okay, so ducting, does that apply to visual light?
No, Taylor, this is the same thing about tropospheric ducting in ham radio, but it only happens under very special conditions where you have large, warm, like fronts hitting cold fronts, and then they like spin around one another horizontally. And so then you can get your radio waves like trapped in this duct of air that's spinning horizontally, but that's not going on all the time. I don't even know how that's relevant to this conversation.
Okay.
Because a lot of their C2FAR observations, they do them on a specific day to which there is ducting, and they choose this day because it apparently debunks the globe, because they pretend that there's no ducting and say, look, 10 miles, it's too far. But there's ducting, therefore it's not too far. And then when we tell them this, they deny it.
Okay, so can you give me an example where ducting has shown something over a curve that they've actually confirmed is from ducting?
Black Swan oil rigs.
Okay, how do they confirm it was from ducting?
Here we go.
How did they know ducting was happening on that day? So, has anybody measured it? Like a ducting making things appear curved? Where they confirmed ducting was occurring?
I have something interesting that I'd be honored to show you, but another time when you're not in the middle of a volley with someone else.
What do you think about this, Jesse, this interaction?
I just got here a little while ago. I'm not following them. I'm actually working, so I'm not following that deep.
He said refraction matched the globe, and I said how, and he said because whenever you get the refractive index, you can calculate the pressure gradient and ducting.
You're just combining the topics all together in a mumbo jumbo to make it sound ridiculous, to make a straw man because you didn't listen to anything I said.
How can I combine your topics if I didn't listen to you? How would I know what you said? If I can combine what you said,
All you listened to were those key topic mentions, and that's it. Everything
Okay.
else in between, when there
There are a
were
bunch of words, and
because
it's not
I mentioned these topics separately and generally, therefore not mixed, and you decided to mix them in a mumbo jumbo to make them sound ridiculous together.
That's what you do. You summarize the points that were stated.
Yes, and then you gish gallop to a new topic, and then I address this new topic, and then you mix the two topics to make it sound ridiculous.
Okay, gish gallop.
That's your tactic.
That means I'm like sitting here.
Yes, you are being dishonest.
Okay, being dishonest. That's a new claim. What did I lie about? Every time you say this, I ask you what I lied about, and I don't remember you ever giving me one case.
When you were saying that globers do not account for refraction when they do their things and etc., and that we don't know these things and we don't calculate for these things, and that we're making up these lies and calculations for nothing.
No,
and
I
you're
said
just presuming that those are lies that you're repeating. But you're asking me, what lies did I say?
Okay.
You believe these lies. You believe that these lies are true, so to you it's not a lie. But in reality, it's a lie. Because it's not true. Because us globers and the scientists, they do their work.
That's not what a lie means, though. It doesn't just mean something nothing.
You're never gonna land your plane. You're just gonna keep dragging. That's actually gish galloping. Like what you just did was gish galloping. So
No,
anyway,
I stayed on top.
I didn't necessarily say that. I said that I was the first person that I'm aware of, even though I haven't like looked at everybody's work. That's why I asked you, can you provide someone else's work where they've counted for refraction? Because I'm like pretty proud of what I've done, right? So if you have
Why
someone
can't
else who's
you
actually, hey,
Google
don't
it?
interrupt me.
Great, dude.
Don't interrupt me because you're so weird about being interrupted. So just let me finish. I'm
you asked
more
a
than
question.
happy to look at anybody's data. Like I said, please show me another example. I'm happy to see it. I hope it exists. I just haven't seen it. I don't see it being practiced generally when I talk to other people who do these methods to test for the globe. I don't see these practices being applied, and that that makes me upset because when I go read the literature review, it basically says that these should be applied, and it saddens me to see that they're not. So if you have someone else who's actually applying it, that's super awesome. I asked you to cite it, but I think you got mad at me for even asking you to do that.
Oh, that was fine there. So here's a discrepancy I'm seeing, and this is not your fault. I'm not accusing you of anything here. I'm not attacking you. I'm just stating that you have two events here, okay, where basically one requires these calculations and one doesn't. And because one of them doesn't you require these calculations, it's like you're trying to falsify both of them by this standard, but that doesn't work. See, there are things where we can account for it, and there are things where we can not account for it because the margin is negligible on a small scale. But
Like
when
what?
you mention the scale and the size of things, again, you all try to poison that well and say that it's absurd. A scale, things can't be bigger than each other. What?
I don't know what. Are you talking about me? You surely
I'm
not.
talking about flat Earth in general.
Okay, well, don't put me in that like bandwagon.
All right, so
You just did
I've
that.
been
You
waiting to
mentioned
ask a
something
question.
about like
Yes, I'm interjecting, and I want to ask
study
this
that
one.
requires you mentioned a study that says that it requires the refraction to be accounted for, and then you conflate that with a study that doesn't require it, and because that one doesn't require it, you try to say that it's invalid.
What? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, that's what you just last said before I started replying to
That's
you.
valid?
So now you're deflecting and backing down
Dude,
because
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
You
Can you be more specific?
No,
You're
fuck all that.
accusing me of doing stuff.
Seriously, this is enough. That's enough. Storm, you said that the black swan is subject to like ducting. Can you
Yes.
like further explain what you meant by that?
Well, when you have like the observation of the black swan, where you have that 6 mile radius, which is basically the normal horizon that you would have. I know that like there's the 3 mile one, which is basically geometric, but with the height you have to 6 mile at total.